think I'm coming through okay. A lot of adjustments going on. Greetings and salutations, fellow Lens Radiants, the High Council, and to all of those beyond. Here we are yet again, together, here on the YouTube, the Tube of You Persuasion, on Ebony TKR. It's the R5 Life with Leto. I am Leto, the second R5 of the Lambsrat on server 1834 in Ebony, the King's Return. Turn. I am extremely distracted in the sense of hoping that all of this is recording well. We'll find out when it's all done, you know, an hour, two, or three in, and see how the sound turns out and the like. I've tested it. I've listened to the feedback. Thank you, my friends there on our channel in our community. I am grateful for you for a good looking out, as the young people say. About for some reason, the last video or last videos, perhaps it was just the live stream, that we had some sound issues and or some trouble hearing my voice. And I don't know whether or not that was me mumbling or talking rather low. That could be the case sometimes. It's just in my head. I'm always thinking, I can't be terribly loud. There are other people in the house. I don't want to be, incredibly rude and or wake anybody up that might be resting and such. So I can perhaps trail off from time to time, or just kind of zone out into my thoughts and think out loud, but it's not very loud for y'all's sake. I had just a nightmare of a time. Ooh, a couple of good boss monsters here to to bookmark. Fingers crossed that they survive long enough for me to start a rally on them. Um, I what was I saying? Mm, talking about I had a hell of a time trying to get things set back up for a live stream, which was at the beginning of our last event, the 2026 Mother's Day event. I hope things went well for y'all. All right. It was a fun one. We had the Alliance Carnival. All right. So we had the Alliance competition. Here we go. It's the post Carnival uh, gift or reward redemption. You know, if you've got any of the swords of justice and or shields of glory left in your inventory, get in there now and get your goodies. All right, they have actually changed the increments in which you can redeem things. Before, you get 10 of the Ramun drinks and only two or three or something of these candy apples, but you get 10 candy apples this time. It's been such a long time. Maybe I'm not remembering it correctly. But here in the Sword of Justice, we had a new wall defense, main city defense general in Queen Tamar, and she was special release and or came out specifically for this Mother's Day event, and I cashed in on her, if you will, a few times so I could get her and then start to ascend her. The amount of times, go ahead, bud. You should be able to get it and turn it on, okay? Hey, make sure that your TV's off in your room, though, okay, if you're not watching it, okay? And there was a total redeem chance of four times, which is an interesting number because we would need 16 times to be able to fully awaken her, but there were only four, so you could recruit once and then perfectly dismiss another time. And then, oops, those are frames. And then beyond that, there were two more to redeem. Okay, I took advantage of the gem consumption part to start on her specialties in order to get the returns there. Um, the first star, the sixth star, if you will, is a cost of 30 fragments, and then the second star, the second red star, the seventh star total would be a total of 60 on top of that. So you need 90 total to get the 7 stars, and there were four to redeem, thus allowing you to, if you were able to get that many rare gold helmets, to get her up to 7 stars. I am only going to be able to get her up to 6, stars, which is still comparable. I can begin to ascend her another way via the exclusive ascension fragments that I have been collecting for a while. Oh, goodness, over a year, slowly but surely, to eventually awaken Isaac of the Brock persuasion, who I have began many moons ago to ascend him as well. Um, and where am I with hymns? 60 there, and I need a total of a one. I need 90. I need him one more time because 30, 60, and then 90. I need him one more time in order to get to 8 stars without using the exclusive ascension fragments. All right. And now I'm between a rock and an ebony place as far as what I want to do. What I want to do. Ah, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. The bots are out. They always are. And it is a hell of a time and or frustrating time. I'm doing my best, my friends, to not get into it too much as far as like my angst and my bitterness and the fury that rages within me. A righteous fury, if you will. I think so sometimes because we've got just uh, bots galore constantly taking all of the boss monsters from the map everywhere, from corner to corner, from sea to shining sea, from server flip flopping pea bottom to wild world. We are like you got to search high and low to find anything to rally, and especially on the eve of the worst day in Ebony, which is the day after the Hydra event, which is the day after the event, Purgatory, as I like to call it, because it's the one day before Emir's come back, before everybody's getting fired up about the next server war. Man, oh man, you're gonna have a hell of a time trying to find anything to rally. I digress. I think I've said that a number of times, but I can't help it. It's been, let's say, more than discouraging to jump in and try and do something for the sake of your alliance, let alone yourself, because are we have to contend with the unfeeling nature of bots and programs which automatically find boss monsters for you. Um, and I'll take anything I can get because everything helps, right? But for the love of Zeus's beard and Jupiter's stones, just a screen full of white march lines elsewhere to where you can't even see the map is it can be somewhat infuriating, and many of us are feeling that pain. So bear with me. You might hear a little bit from time to time. You might experience it from time to time with your own server and what you got going. Hey, buddy, how's the volume? Do we need to turn that up for you? Okay, I'm just helping my kiddo out with some Spider-Mans. Hey, I kind of got into a number of things already there. I digressed. Oh, well, that sucks. I had everything lined up so perfectly. Maybe. And then I kicked it. Ay, 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 Maria. There we go. That's good enough, right? Sorry about that. I had to karate kick it. I was so upset. How's the volume there, dude? Good? Need more? Okay. All right. So, where are we? Did our greetings, said hello, rambled on there for a good 5 minutes or so. It's been a little while. The last time recorded was a what you call it? Oops, a live stream. It took me forever to get going. There were a lot of us that stopped by. It was real nice. Shout outs to all of you. No one in particular and or specific. Perhaps I don't want to leave anyone out. We don't have anything. Uh, let's see here. I don't have like a special. Y'all are special. You know that. But there's nothing insanely special about today's video, about this video that I'll be posting later. I did want to record rather than live stream for the sake of making sure everything's kind of back to normal after I had to revamp my recording software and fiddle around with the sound and test it out and make sure that everything was groovy. Because I felt terrible that y'all were suffering through the poor sound quality as far as hearing me. I'm registering pretty well on all of my channels here as far as the sound mixer goes. And we'll see. The die is cast, alia jacta est, the infamous catchphrase that Gaius Julius Caesar said as he crossed the Rubicon after the Gallic Wars. He came back and crossed the Imperium, which was the Rubicon, a little tiny river. It was just a little stream, actually. And he crossed with the eagle banner, the war sigil, if you will, still being held in his purple war garb. And the dude next to him, I forget his name. One of his generals said, "Caesar, you just realize that you have essentially waged civil war on Rome itself." And Caesar looks over at him and says, "Alia jacta est." The die is cast. What's done is done. All right. There's no going back. Every decision that you have made has led you to this point, and whatever happens afterwards happens. Although you can still make choices, beyond that. But what started was a tumultuous civil war where he came out on top as emperor, and some might call him tyrant and or dictator. But a lot of good things happened for Rome. And then beware the Ides of March. Eventually, he was assassinated in the Senate, so on and so forth. Stabbed 23 times. And did you know that there are 23 different flavors in Dr. Pepper? Hmm? Coincidence? I think not. No, I just think that's kind of funny. Also this movie that came out a long ass time ago with Patricia Arquette and Jim Carrey, of all people, called 23. And it was a very, very interesting movie. And I couldn't get that out of my head as far as Dr. Pepper having 23 different flavors. And the Ides of March, which was the time that Caesar was um, assassinated in the Senate and stabbed 23 times. Yeah, that's what happens here in our community. Ebony TKR, it's the R5 Life with Leto. History lessons, random things, but all kind of apropos because of our game that we love and share together as far as the historical figures therein. And speaking of Gaius Julius Caesar, all right, the Alliance Carnival, one of my favorite events because good old Caesar is one of the highlights of it and my ultimate dream that I have yet to fulfill. Here is the Emperor Caesar's skin. And at the beginning of this event, too, we had the Maya, the revelation of Maya, wherein you could place somewhere in the top two or three, or five, even maybe, and want to get some fragments, much needed fragments for look at, they even call him dictator here, for Caesar the general, the monster hunting badass. Mounted troops attack 45% when generals leading the army do attack monsters, and you can increase ground troops. I don't know why you would need them, right? And mounted troops attack by 15% when the general brings any dragon. I am armed to the gills for Caesar's sake, and I am 1 star away from awakening him. When attacking monsters, troops attack 15% defense and HP. That's a huge boost on top of everything going on. We're going to take a look at him. Sadly, I am not going to be able to get this one because I don't have the about $2,400 necessary, and that's using all the coupons too, to nail this one down. I'm working on it. One of these days, spread the good word, spread the good news about this channel and about this community, and chip in to see this skin come to life and complete our Ebony TKR. It's the R5 Life with Leto Dream. Look at this. Just owning it is a mounted troop attack plus 15%. That is monstrous just to own that skin. And then using it, of course, you're going to want to another 30% on top attacking monsters. That is 45% a boost on monster action, whereas his main skill itself is already there, 45 plus 15. He is just wheeling and dealing the damage against those monster baddies, and he is going to most likely take the place of my main monster killer, who has been so relied on, and rightly so, Maria Teresa. She is resident badass as far as monster slaying goes. We all know this, perhaps. Those free to play players, I want to encourage you during the Hecate's Moon. I've done a number of videos on it before and highlighted Maria Teresa and her potency as far as what she's able to do in slaying monsters, big boss monsters. Get those fragments and recruit her, and slowly but surely awaken her eventually, because she is also just tremendously formidable as far as her abilities. Here we go. 15% monster attack debuff. Hey, how you doing? We've got a march speed and attacking mounted troop attack at 20%, no less. A lot of times here we're going to see just a 10% boost in things like defense, HP, and attack. All right, and then we've got to see like this. The Ares is always 10, 10, and 10, and then sometimes you get like a something called besiege, or like, I don't know, something else. You know what I'm saying? And it's usually another 10% in mounted attack and or HP, one or two. But you get 20% with her, and then last but not least, her War of Succession. Excuse me, War of Succession, ground and mounted troop on monsters 25, defense 25, and then another 30% march speed to monsters. I'm telling you, being on this server in particular, that march speed to monsters is incredibly crucial, because we want to get there. I don't know how many fucking system folders I've got. The monster you're about to attack has disappeared. You know, just today. That's only the first one today, but the day is young. All right, and I've got a lot of other congratulations things going on if you were promoted. But I tell you what, look at that. They don't even want me to see or show you the rest of it, because it's just painful. It's been a while. I don't know how they clear out, but like, this folder has never been so full in my life. You're about to attack has disappeared because, like I said, we're in bot country. And oh, hey, I am filled with anxiety and stress about finding a monster, bookmarking it, and then actually being able to rally it when everything comes back, because they're usually gone, and you see all those white lines from the bot farms going away, and thus, yeah, we're not going to do that again. What were you talking about? Caesar and Maria Teresa and the Monsters Alliance Carnival, the Alliance competition. I hope you all fared well there. Let's see here, depending on your what you call it, your league. Okay, there's a different a variety of the Monarch rewards that you can get. We are in the Legendary League, which is one down from the Epic. Ooh, Epic is going to give us 5 more, a total of 10 exclusive Ascension fragments, and one extra Epic Historic General there. It's nothing to shake a stick at. And I'm perfectly happy here with the Legendary League, but boy, howdy, would I like to go up to that Epic League one more time. It's going to take your Alliance scoring rather high and maintaining that position to get promoted. But 5 exclusive Ascension fragments, and then an Epic Historic General premium tickets, please. That is always helpful. Let's see here. We scored 11th, which is better than we did last time, but I'm hoping that we can get up there again. All right, let's see here. I love that we've got the Ranger Knight order going through. The event is ongoing now. I like the event ongoing over that was essentially one of the things that I wanted to do with today's video, is kind of catch up on things and go over what had been acquired, what I had. You got to go throw down. Okay, I'll help you out, buddy. Let me know. We're gonna have to help out my little dude here doing his duty soon. We all know what that means. Coronation Fountain, because this has been revamped and improved as far as what you can unlock and get as far as extra buffs upon buffs. Okay, depending on the level of your coronation fountain. And once you get over that 20, level 20 and 21 threshold, you're looking at 200 sacrificial coins as opposed to the 70, 75, 80, or 100 and something that it was before. It takes some time, but it's worth it. Every 20 points here is going to give you a significant buff on top of new ones that you are unlocking at level 20. All right. The fourth buff for each of the relics. It is very cool. So the Ranger Knight Order is a welcome event ongoing. All right. Give me a moment here. I'm going to prepare to go assist my son. My son. Kaisu Teknon. Those are the last words that Caesar uttered as his nephew, adopted nephew, Brutus, stabbed him that 23rd time, thus dealing the killing blow. And he said, Kaisu Teknon. And that's Greek for, and you, my son. Um, okay, I'll be right back. William Shakespeare coined the infamous phrase, the Latin phrase. I've only ever said it in Greek so much now. Et tu, Brute, which is "and you, Brutus," but he said it in Greek. And you, my son. He's a fatherly figure. Anyway, I'll be right back. Oh, there's gonna be something beneficial and enjoyable in this. I don't even know what to title it yet. We're gonna get into some stuff. I just can't help myself. I want to get in there. Uh oh. Uh oh. Hello. Hello. I think I'm okay. Think I'm okay. I hope. I hope to Olympus, the pantheon of all the gods therein, Greek and Roman alike, that things turn out well. My voice comes through. Not too much extra stuff. I was going to put some notes down as far as where we go, as far as chapters, but that's just too much. Too much. Okay, let's see here. I've got some of those guys coming back here eventually. Do my little auction voice. When are we going to look? I don't know. I always forget about actually looking close because I'm used to going 200 to 300 kilometers away just to find anything that is going to give us the goods. The Hydra used to be my favorite. Used to be, I say, because now I can barely get any of them. But they are such an incredible event monster as far as what they drop, what they have to offer in their chest. Essentially, it is the best of all worlds when it comes to resources, items, rarities. Okay, I know you know this. We're going to take a look at it because why the hell not? That's what we do here. We like to see what is under the hood. All right, let's see here. Yeah, can we find one? I think I might have one bookmark out there in Timbuktu. Oh yeah, we can't forget our Jormungandr. I forget what I have in there as well because it blows my mind that there's actually a monster left from my what do you call it? Bookmarks. My goodness, my mind. Look at that here. Let's check it out. Double drops. Hoping Caesar has got a pretty high double drop rate. Not nearly as high as Maria Theresa, especially with the Bird of Hurricane on. All right. He does have the second, his specialty is Fortune. Fortune. Double item drop rate of 15. Okay. All troops attack the War God. And then here we go. Check out those monster debuffs. We were going over his main skill before, okay? And then we were talking about his skin. He has got a defense monster debuff, an attack monster debuff, and then all of these monstrous monster buffs, okay? And then we have got his Gallic Wars, which we were talking about, where he's got another 20% in attack and defense, where 10, 10, 15, 6. Huge there. So a total of 30% debuff for monster attack and defense when we include his ascension level skills. That's pretty darn good. It's just the battle tested. Let's see here. He doesn't have a covenant. That's okay. But imagine if we were to add another 45% of against monster attacks there. Right now, I've got the Sura set on him because that is an upgraded version of the Dragon. Dragon, then Imperial, then Asura once they upgraded it. And it is the best as far as monster hunting PvE, player versus environment, because of even though the Parthian set and beyond Achaemenidai has an against monster bonus set attribute, this one specifically does have monster type attributes in its gear itself. Let's see here. That was the attack. Let's see here. Just speed, march speed to monsters. All right. And I think that the Majestic Asura ring doesn't have any mounted buffs on it, but it's got this tremendously valuable march size capacity buff. And then all six pieces are going to give you this march size capacity buff as well. It is tremendously helpful, and your non-Rurik and or civilization equipment monster hunting set. Okay, so you cannot equip on him a attack against monster skill book because I love the new thing that they have done with the user interface, if you will, on the skill books and such. Let's see here. Let's go and look at the development here as far as mounted troop attack against monsters. Boom! The general already had the skill at a higher level, meaning his. Let's get out of here. His main skill. Come on now. His main skill, as we saw before, is already at 45%. All right, and this 15% makes it higher. That just gave me a weird idea. I wonder if I can circumvent this. Since I have the dragon and I'm getting the extra 15% on top of the 45%, I wonder if I unequip the dragon. To test this out, it would take an hour to unequip the dragon, so I would only get 45%. And since that would be equal to the monster against monster here, so it's 45 against monster, it would be equal to it. I could essentially equip him with it because equal or lesser value I can equip, or equal or higher value I can equip it. But then if I put the dragon back on him, I wonder if that would cancel the book out. Oh my gosh. Like I said, it's going to take an hour. I'm going to do that without y'all on. Good job, dude. Okay. You passed the QTE that time. That's awesome. Killer, man. You know what? I when in the Landsrat do as the Landsradians do, what better time than now to do it? Because I'm not fighting a lot of monsters that are very high powered. I'm going to take Basalt, boom, off of Caesar. And we'll know right now whether or not we can equip this. This is wild. This is what we do in the Landsrat. Let's see, make a note here about 20, I'm going to say 28 minutes. We're gonna do our Caesar experiment. 28 minutes. Caesar. Caesar. Skill experience. Skill book. So now, look at this. Come on. Why does it? Hooty hoo. Let's see here. See how it's not glowing? There's not a circle glowing around it. That's because we took the dragon off. So the skill is not active completely. All right. Now, can we, in fact, since it's on level with it, equip a mounted troop attack against monster? Nope. They know better. Genera has already had the skill at a higher level. It was worth a shot because remember that whole thing with Hermes? He's got a 12%, right? A 12% um, March size capacity, or was it 15? It was 15, wasn't it? No, it was 12. 12% here, and a skill book is 12%. So since this was equal, we could equip it to him. But now it still takes into consideration Caesar's 15 extra percent. All right. It's good to know. It's worth a shot to look into that with each other. Boy, howdy, that would have been nice because it would have really increased his potential or his power, which is already very high. Okay. But anywho, we digress. Who has he got partnered up with him? We're partnered with Theodora, which is one of the best monster combinations, monster hunting combinations, once her specialties are maximized, because you are going to also get another monster debuff from her. All right, for a total of an extra 15%, some mounted troop attack action. Unfortunately, our unparalleled leader we don't benefit from, but we do get another 15% in the double drop rate here. All right. This inspiration is ranged against monsters, a very unique one. And you can equip the double item drop rate 18%. So we got a total of 30% in specialties plus the 18% here, which is 48% total. And then her main skill has another 10% with it. So 30, 48%, 58% total on top of that. And depending on your VIP level, you're going to have a certain amount of uh, double drop rate as well. Where I have an extra 25% at VIP 17. So this pair with a tremendous amount of monster debuffs and a fairly hefty amount of double drop rate action, we are slaying big monsters and getting a good return as far as the double drop rate goes. And that's really what we want to shoot for. Get that double. It is so vital and helpful. I am so used to getting a lot on the double drops. Here we go. Let's check it out. Times two, times two, times two. And Caesar came through. Caesar and Theodora came through with times two. All right. And we get four there because you get two normally. That is uh, key to growing as much as you can, as fast as you can. We know that this game is a look at that, look at that. Here we go. The bot goes stealing my legendary. It's 214. I'm gonna go after this one here. I bet you it won't last. Oh, can't do it with Caesar now, probably, since I took Basalt on. We gotta wait a whole hour now. No problem. We'll be here probably. We'll get him back on there because I want to take a look at the dragons too. All right, let's see here. Let's see here. Anything? We're a long way away. Come on now. Hey, we got something there, or somebody did. That's good. At least somebody got something. Let's see here. I don't care what it is. Let's just get some speed ups. Anything, everything is helpful. All right. So the reason I was taking a look at Caesar is because of the revelation of Maya. Talked about it, had a video, did a live stream as far as the event goes, and here with I happen to get first place because I love that game and I'm developing the mini game and I love trying to find a new combination of getting the highest score possible. I was able to get another 45 of Caesar's fragments. All right. And I only needed 25 to be able to get that awakened, that 10th star. Look at that, 90 out of 70. I needed 70 for that last stage bar, and I got that with getting first place. Now, I've got more than enough as far as the blood of Ares. I've been saving them up big time because that's awesome suit, man. The next time we have an event, which is going to be in just about 3 days now, we will. The way things have been going, every other event, which is once every other 2 3 weeks, we are getting the trial of nights, and I want to make sure that I get as much of a return as always on these things that we want to do and we do normally when given the opportunity. 650 blood of Ares is a lot to use at any particular time, and I want to make sure that I do it during the trial of nights so I can get as much back as far as resources, gold, speed ups, more blood of Ares, if you will. No matter, excuse me, even though I desperately want to, and I've had this and been able to for the last 4 5 6 days, ascend him, awaken him. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait until the trial of nights, and we'll do a video on taking on upgrading some generals there. But here with Maria Teresa, who has been kicking lots of butt, even with just a level 20 Bird of Hurricane. Why? Because it is mounted focused and the extra 26% double drop rate there, which gives her, let's see here, she doesn't have a double drop rate specialty, but she does have 10% here, double drop rate and ascension skills. Let's see here, stamina, march size, another drop rate 10%. So 20% total drop right there. Hold on, buddy. All right. Nothing in specialties, but 20%, 26% on the Bird of Hurricane, which is 46% total. She is paired with Ethelflaed. All right. And Ethelflaed does have a fortune at 15%. All right. And she also has the skill book. So this pair here is regularly getting that double drop from the boss monsters, and it is tremendously helpful. Thank you for the extra dining room tables. I hope that y'all are doing really well as far as this feasting revelry goes. Thank you, my friend. I have put my face in a different spot on the screen for the sake of privacy to the best degree with the chat. All right. I want the channels to be a safe place for people to air their grievances and or support each other and talk about strategery without revealing any sort of alliance related information. What's up, buddy? The battery died on that one? Yeah. That one either wasn't connected or the batteries are just going out. I'm sorry. There you go. Press the little PlayStation. You got it, champ. Perfect. Good job. All right. So once that gets back, I'll get this other table here. Where are we now? What are we doing? We talked about Caesar. Okay. And specifically, and how I started this way back when, as far as my Caesar journey. Everybody drink, said journey. Um, it was the Alliance Carnival, since he is a huge focus. Okay. The Sword of Justice. If you triple coupon the main event package, the 99.99 one, you will get 300 rare gold helmets, which equates to, when you redeem them, through the 300 rare gold helmets here equates to 300 swords of justice. I love how convoluted it is. Turn these in to get these, then redeem those. You can get Caesar for the first time, and then through the Maya revelation, the revelation of Maya, you can get more. Okay, and if you need to, and what I have done through a couple of these Alliance Carnivals is get Caesar one or more times to help me get him ascended so high. It takes a while since he can only get him once here, but it's worth it. It is worth it. This is a great event. There's always a new March effect or a March effect that is old and or classic, if you will, to get there for a minimal amount of swords of justice. You can double and or triple a $10 package to be able to get that. Plus a lot of other goodies with the Sword of Justice. But the Carnival is how I also redeemed our Queen Tamar, which we have talked about. Okay? How about that? How about that? I need to go in here. We got an exquisite one. What shall we get? I've been getting so many Dragon Source fragments I don't need because I have so many. I need Dragon Crystals. Dragon Crystals are really what it's all about for me and where I'm going right now. Hey, these are really good. I've got the last few couple rune stones, Blood of Ares 25, and then another rune stone there. Those are awesome. Refining stones. That is something else that we want to do, and I want to do in this video with y'all is I've been holding on to a lot of inventory goodies to open with y'all so that we can just see how fun it is, and go over some of the things that um, I had been saving up and talking about as far as like, hey, check this out, my friends. Here's a good way to get a lot of this stuff or as much of it as possible. I am exploring there. Let's see. I'm going to wait till they get back. I'm going to gather with these folks still. I've got a lot of stone in my inventory already, which is good because during the next event, which has a resource consumption element, I'm assuming, unless they drop a new one on us, this doesn't really matter. It's neither here nor there. It does as far as equip load and stuff, but I don't care. So don't judge me. There's a good opportunity, a good chance, a high probability. That's the word I'm looking for, where we'll be able to upgrade my barracks to level 40, and get my T15 ground, temple infantry. What are they called? We have temple cavalries, temple infantry, perhaps. And I'm super stoked about that. And the highest cost as far as the building goes, the construction is stone at about 68 billion. And I have got that. And I just need to catch up with my ore and my food and some lumber. And I'm doing pretty well. I do have a lot of food, but we're going to cut through that real fast because the ground troops, of course, training them. Hey, what's up, Amit? The ground troops require the most as far as food cost goes in training them, and they also require stone and ore. They do not require lumber, so I'm going to really need to stock up on my food and stone and ore. Stone and ore are going to be less, but still quite a bit because I'm going to want to train for the sake of hitting the bird of hurricane the hardest I can in the world boss, and or being able to do the most damage potentially to the alliance boss. I'm going to want to. I think, you know what? We're going to see if he can do it without the dragon. If we have to heal some, I will. All right, 425, and this is still 328, so he's over the power level still, which is fine. But I'm going to want to train, uh, uh, you know, a lot, a lot, and that's going to cost a pretty amount. Make sure you're drinking water, but that cough is pretty brutal. Okay, let's see here. Temple warriors. There we go. So it would be great. Not going to do 6 million, but if I could get about 5 million of them. All right. And if we're looking at the cost of those, remember, we're not going to do any upgrades. We're not going to use this. If we were to do that, so we're looking at 4 billion stone and iron ore. Well, that's to do 500,000. So that's quite a bit. It's not going to be that much. Let's see here. I think I can do about 100,000, or yeah, about 100,000. Let's just say 100,000. Let's type that in. 1, 2, 3. If I were to do 100, so we're looking at 3 billion food and 1 billion respectively as far as stone and ore goes to get to start training a fair amount of T15 ground. Okay, we're going to go through our inventory together, and we're going to open some stuff and see where we are. All right, let's take a look here. Where we are and where we have dined. It looks like we have dined at all the tables. Yes, good, good. All right. I've already done my eggs for the day. Crazy. They're crazy, I tell you. Oh, check it out. Here we go. I've saved up a bunch of these. Okay. Just for the sake of helping myself later. 45, 44, 45. Let's look at the Witch's Gifts, the Dwarf's Lucky Apple. Dwarf's Lucky Apple. All right. I've been doing this at there. I've been doing this in 50s. I'm not going up to 500 anymore. I have found that I'm getting perhaps more by regularly redeeming these, the Lucky Apple only, because of the stamina, the rune stones, and the refining stones, and all the other stuff is really good too. Um, I've been, I think, getting more on average, if you will, doing 50 a pop. The most I have received is 5. I do get 0 from time to time, but let's give this a shot. Shubloips! Look at that. 3. I'm used to getting 2 and or 3, sometimes 4. But runestones on top of that, troop, action. Look at that. I need refining stones. I'm hoping that y'all bring me some luck, good vibes in the future, back to the past when you watch this later, hopefully, um, because it is super refining event, and also the sprint returns refining event. And I am damn near out of refining stones. They are so valuable and crucial. I need them. They're my precious. Let's go, though, to the find some witches, some mysterious witches. They're very mysterious, yes. And it seems one of our community members here, our Tube of the U Persuasion channels, followers, subscribers, and purveyors, um, frequent flyers, if you will. I don't know where I came up with that. Had so a nice, a funny, humorous remark when we got a bunch of the dwarfs lucky or the pies, whatever the fuck the pies are called. They're yeah, dwarfs delicious pie. The witches, all the witches disappear from the map. 80% of them or so. And boy, howdy, isn't that true sometimes? You've been saving up, you finally get all those pies, and then the witches disappear. They're everywhere. You trip over them, you can't avoid them. And once you have something that you can get from them, they tend to say goodbye and or make themselves scarce. But hey, check it out. We got a couple of there, and we've got one more, and I'm stoked because I think the most dwarfs or witches gifts I've opened at one time has been somewhere around 100, if not 100 exactly. And we're going to see how much we actually have. And you know what? That's going to be a good segue into just opening. All right. Oh, that was Amit. That's okay. Normally get wounded on there. If I put a junior March size buff on Maria Teresa now with the T15s, all right, the junior March buff being 50% increase, I will get no wounded on the B18s, which is very, very cool. But the 4,037 wounded is in Evony speak. That's something on the screen. Evony speak is acceptable. Not satisfactory because we don't want, nothing is satisfactory uh, when you get wounded, but it's acceptable. Why? Well, let's see here. Items. There's our B18. What's in the box? What's in the box? Here in this one, we have 5 total of 500,000 worth of the resource boxes, okay? So 5 times 5 is 25, 2.5 million in each resource within this box, 2.5 million. And with such a high double drop rate, if not, knock on wood or whatever, almost guaranteed with Maria Teresa because of all of the double drop rate buffs. Hey, that's Wilson Fisk right there. That ends up equaling 5 million total in resources. Each resource, 5 million. See, I got 2 there, 2 kills lately. 5 million. Let's go. Oops. Let's go into the keep. Shubloips. so sorry. I can't quite hear you, buddy. I'm so sorry. You got the story going, though. You're doing great. Let's heal here. 1.8 million in iron ore. Okay, that's what's going to cost the most with your wounded mounted, of course. 1.8 million and double dropping for a total of 5 million in resources. I can accept the losses, the loss in power and the wounded cost of 1.8 million because it's still just over a 3 million resource profit when it comes to ore itself. It's 4.5 million or so in the others. So it's great to get zero because then it's all a profit, if you will. But getting under 5,000 wounded, total 5,000 total troops being wounded, I make a significant profit regularly when getting double drops. 2.5 million if I were to only get one drop would still be good because 1.8 million, 2.5, I would still make 700,000 in ore on that. And of course, much more, about 2 million in the other resources. So I go after the B18s regularly without the senior or without the junior March buff, and I take the wounded. But I am so close to no wounded. I'm, a March size capacity increase somewhere. The first thing that will happen, oh, I'm not even going to go into it right now as far as where my next March size increase, that's going to change the game as far as some wounded goes. But I am also slaying B19s regularly with about 5,000 wounded. We'll look at some reports here right now. I want to do a couple of more rallies. You know what? Actually, we're gonna hold off on the rallies for now, and we're going to just, even though it takes stamina, which I hate, I'm gonna throw a march into some crystal mines. Okay, I'm not gonna send to a relic because it's not gonna be there long enough probably, but I'm gonna send here. Oh well, actually, I have got. Let's do that because I can get some extra ones. I was gonna get some crystals, some gems. The gems mine. That's what I meant. A gems mine. There we go. All right, look at that. Boom, 35 stamina. So behooves me to stay in there for a little while. And let's throw a march here in the Alliance Sawmill because that doesn't cost anything. And plus, I won't leave look at that. Look at this. Look at the bots. They're coming here. It doesn't even show kilometers away. Under 10 kilometers away. Or that was they're helping somebody out. We don't have any destructive hits or anything. Or they were scouting. I don't know. I mean, that's how, honestly, inconsiderate they are. Right there, they know I'm playing, and then I rally, and then I want to, and then it's going to benefit us. And then we claim that we're about growth, you know? We want to help grow and, everybody on the server be strong, blah, 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 blah. But I'm going to take all the monsters everywhere. Doesn't matter. I don't care. I'm going to ice scout them, and then I'm going to rally them right next to your hive. We've even had plenty of hits in the hive itself. I can't change the parameters of the bots and stuff. Sorry. If anybody here in 1834 is watching outside of our alliance, you heard it here, and you need to hear it. It's inconsiderate and it's not helpful. And it's detrimental to the morale of the server. Morale meaning people who are excited to play and or want to play regularly, who benefit and receive joy from playing this game. It's stolen because of how we're unable to often, like the majority of the time, to get any monster kills. Okay, it's detrimental. People are quitting. They will quit. They will continue to quit. But we are significantly weaker all the time, every moment that happens. Okay, cool. Went on that. Oh man, it's going to be a rant. I got to put a disclaimer in this one here. Well, we were talking about alliance boss. We hit another mark. That's awesome. I love also how they have uh, uh, revamped and or redone the whenever you redeem things, they happen much quicker now instead of the it's super fast. You can't even see it anymore. It's almost not as fun because you can't see it as much. Uh, let's see here. I want to roll the dice a bunch, okay? And I want to open some stuff from the most recent event that I saved up. Okay. Ooh, you can use a finisher on him, buddy. Let's see here. There's nothing else I need to do as far as anything that is timed. I've looked at all of that. This is the sprint returns event. I am what I consider frustratingly close to getting another military strategist historic general chest there. 510 away. Let's see here. Already hit that mark. Another 20 there. Another 20 there. 40, 60 total here. And then depending on how we end up in the rankings, you can get, let's see here, 60 more, and then possibly another, we'll just say at least 50. I can hopefully finish in the top 100. 50, so 60, 50, 110 more. That's going to be 2,600. Ooh, 400 away. So slowly but surely going for these phenomenal, powerful, best officers in the game. Here we go. And then the super refining event, like I said, the general's portrait, I'm almost to 500 again, which I will be able to redeem. Another General Hall 2 tickets, please, to try and get those elusive rarities as far as the very, very rare generals. This limited offer they've put in a different place, and they don't have the indicator saying there's something to redeem here. So I don't know if you were like me and you missed for a few days, if you will, 2 or 3 days. There's a free one that you can redeem every day. All right, you okay, bud? Okay. What's up? Very nice. All right, let's see here. Huh? High five, dude. Nice. All right. Without further ado, Abubu, Prince Abubu, um, we're going to go in and take care of some inventory. We're high time to go through some inventory. I've been waiting. I've been waiting to do this with you. Okay. The next Eye of Horus event. Oh man, my hand is really hurting today. The next Eye of Horus event, I will get enough gold coins to get another Gnosis. Hopefully, he's still the general there, because they've switched out the underwater sea temple from Jan Carroll to Narcissus, and I'm hoping that he's there still. Nice, he's the Christmas Spider-Man or a winter. What was that? Oh, we were rallying something, weren't we? I jumped in when. Oh well. So a few days there because generally get 8 to 12. I never get first place, but as long as I'm in the top 100, I'll get at least 8. There are about 8 or 9 days. I'll be able to get 800 coins and redeem another one to ascend him one level. All right, we're going to save on the fortune boxes, which I have talked about a number of times. We won't go into that. These are the wish boxes that we did a few during our last live stream, but I've not been doing very well with those as far as getting them higher. I'm holding on to these service skill books to try and upgrade them to get level 2s, because these are all level 1s. They're the only ones that you can purchase from the academy, but it's good. Hey, let's do another round. All right, 18,000 gems is what's going to cost you to get all 6 each time, and of course you can keep manually refreshing. All right, to get more. And the cool thing about that is when you disassemble them, skadoosh and a shabloips. And I'm going to stay at 10 here. Okay, reason being is because I want to put on these level 1s when I get a new warehouse officer. I'm saving up my military strategist chest for Philippa in the warehouse, and she's going to beef up my mounted. But you disassemble those, okay, and then we will get the pages. Okay, you get one page for each level one, and these pages you will be able to compose into okay, at 10 o'clock, a level one skill book. Okay, let's see here. Where are they? Where are they? Come on now. I'm sure you've seen this a number of times with me, with you. Here we go. Boom. Compose the Junior Steen Officer Skill Book for service. Compose it. You get 1 per 10, naturally. And you get this Junior Officer Skill Book chest for service. You can tell that I've done this a number of times over the course of every day for quite some time. Uh, and you got a very small percentage of getting a level 2 Officer Service Skill Book, okay? 3% as opposed to 0.33%, or 6% as opposed to 0.67%. Wowza, that's very, very small, all things considered. And it's only 1 or 2 in this junior. So what you would need to do is get a whole bunch of level 2s and then disassemble those to compose a higher level officer skill book chest, thus repeating the process to try and get as high as you can. That would take a long time. I don't know if I'm going to go beyond level 2, honestly, because of how long it's taken to get here. I'm not manually refreshing anything for the sake of conserving gems, but looking at, my friends, the cost of these desert tactics, officer skill books, senior officer skill book chest service. Okay, this is a senior officer, so you can get a potential level 4, but it's still a 0.42 chance. The level 2s have gone up significantly in this, significantly for some. All right, actually for all of them, 4%. And there are no level 1s in here, but 2% still high, 3% minimal, and the level 4, even smaller. And that's in the senior. I don't know if it goes from junior to senior. I wouldn't expect it to, but that is the difficulty, if you will, of getting these service skill books higher than level 1, let alone level two, let alone level 1. But I'm committed to the process, and this game, as we know, is a marathon, not a sprint. All right. So going back into this, when we look, oops, nope, go into our inventory, we looked at the stuff going down. If you have seen some of the other items there, I'm holding off on that as well. I have upgraded my military optional, or my military tactics a number of times. Um, I am going to hold on to King Solomon's treasure till we do that one more time, even though there's some really good stuff in there, especially the refining stones. So I'm going to get them a different way right now. All right. I have a Civilization Scroll Chest 2 that I'm going to hold on to and wait to see what I'm going to amplify at a later time. I know it, because I don't need to craft any new stuff for any generals right now. But I can get more fragments like these, to amplify that further. But I don't know which one I want to do yet. Some more fragments for conquest that I'll probably use for amplification as well. All right, these are for the sake of the trial of knights eventually, to potentially fill my Senate, my Council of State more. Here we go, looking good here. We have the General Hall 2 Historic General, all right, where we want to get Toyotomi Hideyori, and we're close to a couple others as far as unlocking some more art treasure. Those generals being Princess Kaguya in here, who has a very small percentage, a 1.72%. This is how we got Alessandra during one of these videos, though, if you remember. But we need Princess Kaguya and Toyotomi Hideyori to be able to unlock and or complete our General Hall 2. I think that's it. We've got everyone else in there many times over. Yeah, yeah. So we only need 2 more generals in there to complete the hall and unlock some really, really powerful art treasure. All right. But we also have 71 of these bad boys and 13 of the glory and 8 of those. So the next time a good general comes around for the new event, I'm probably going to wait till the next ground because I need to replace Alexander Hamilton. and I can't fully invest in Lorenzo because I don't have Nicolo, which would complete his what do you call it? Covenant, as you know how I am with covenant trees and covenant skills with generals, new generals especially. I cannot justify getting a new one if I can't complete their covenant. So I'm going to wait for the newest ground. I'm suspecting we're going to see another siege general come for the next event. But here we go. Look at this 168 witches gifts. The reason why I save up so many is because I want as good a chance as any to get 8 of these as opposed to just 6. 6 is pretty phenomenal anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There are 11 different items in these gifts. All right. So you get more than half guaranteed, essentially, but potentially up to 8, 8 out of 11. And this is how I score a lot of refining stones, a lot of Wheel of Fortune chips, and Blood of Ares. All right, I rely on these somewhat, if you will. But right now, I really need to replenish my gems, so I'm hoping I get a fair amount of those. And I definitely need to replenish my refining stones. Please, please, please. I need to get a lot. So it'd be great to get 165 times 200. I'm not going to do the math. That's a lot. It's necessary. What's that? Nice. So please, my friends, send the good vibes from the past, from the future into the past. That is totally impossible, but you're reaching through time because we're connected. And let's see what we get. All right, we're gonna open 100. Oh man, it'd be cool if we got 169, but we're gonna do 168. Are you ready? Are you ready? And a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a skadoosh bloids. Bam! Okay, check it out. That's a heck of a lot of rune stones, research stones. Holy smoke, 6,300 speed ups, 378 blood of Ares. I am happy about that. Soul crystals, I, for the time being, and haven't even at all needed those very much, if at all, for this, unless it's the sake of a Dawn of Civilization quest. This is a lot. That is over 1,000,000 chips. That's going to be fun, I think, about that. Blood of Ares, that's great. Holy smokes. Okay. I heard the gem sound. Did you? What about refining stones? Oh, that's a good amount. That's a good amount. I'm happy with it. 31K gems, 30,000 is not bad. That is always the one that I get the least. Remember, they came in increments of 15, so I only got that twice. That is not a lot. Oh man, I just spilled on my thumb. I hate that. I don't like spill. I like things get. Ugh. Dragon Source fragments. I've got so many of those. I don't even know how I can even use them all. Um, I would have rather had dragon crystals, but this is a good return. I was glad I held on to it. I was relying on a fair amount of refining stones and all the other jazz. Let's take a look in a book. Ooh, thank you for the table, brother. Look at that. You can't see it. Thank you for the table, brother. I'm typing. You can't see it. Um, Someone said in the chat, however, the bot is active. When we summon monsters, make sure to kill it in an instant. Yes, that is true. The bots, they're always there. Everyone knows it. Everyone knows it. They know it. They don't care. They don't care. They're not even playing. Sorry, it's holding my tongue at every time. I mean, it's like it's normal, and that sucks. The normalcy of it, the like it's a fact. It's an empirical truth. That sucks. Hey, we need refining stones. At least things are looking good there a little bit. All right. So that's nice. Let's see here. We've got a medium Hydra, Badger Banana Man. Let's do this guy. Yeah. Okay. Back into the inventory, back into the keep where the music is a little bit more pleasant, perhaps. Okay. We're almost at 10 o'clock where we're going to see some things recycle and or refresh for the next 4-hour chunk. Nothing free to redeem. All right, we've done everything there. Let's look back in our inventory. Actually, let's refine. Ooh, we're not going to refine yet because we need to open something. In the, let's see, 10, let's say 109, 109, the alliance boss. Today, when I hit the alliance boss, I was able to get of enough of the silver lion shields. Silver lion shields. Silver lionheart badge. I was close. I was able to get the 3,300 I needed to redeem this civilization scroll chest, open to receive 30 scroll fragments of a random civilization equipment in the chest. And it is the same percentage for every single piece, 2 sets total. Corio, und the freedom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So both the supremacy and the conquest sides. I've been fortunate enough, if you will, to get the freedom boots, the freedom hero boots before, and the other that I received was the Freedom Hero leg armor. So 2 of the Freedom armors so far that I've been refining to use with Romulus in my siege game. All right. And I have yet to get any Cordio, but I don't want to use any of my other fragments and or chests that I get to get the Cordio set because I could potentially get it free here, and I don't want to use something that would cost money and or a significant amount of time to get something here that would just cost time and be free. So I probably shouldn't say it because then it's not going to happen. But I would very much like to get another supremacy side for the freedom, either the chest. Where we go, the armor scroll, all right, or the rapier scroll, okay, because um, uh, I have the boots and I have the pants, and it doesn't matter if I have 3 or 4 right now because I'm using the Munsa for my helmet and my the bracers and or ring slot, if you will, for Romulus. So anything on the supremacy side, even getting the boots again to amplify those, that would be cool. Or if I do get any of the Corio set, I want the supremacy side as well. So either the bow or the armor or the boots there as well. So that's five total out of the 12 that I really want. The conquest side would kind of be a bummer for where I am right now. But like I said, yeah, I'm jinxing myself just talking about it. So I redeemed that. That's where we are right now. Let's see where the cards fall, if you will, when it comes to this particular chest. This is what it looks like down here. God, I hate opening these. It kills me. All right. Civilization Scroll Chest. Been saving up to get them for another, I don't know, 3, 4, 5, 6 months. Who knows how long? It's been quite a while, but I've only redeemed it twice before. Here's the third time. Who knows what we're going to get? Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. A woman, oh person. We got to do it. I've been waiting for you. This is what it's all about. Irregardless, not a word, by the way. Whatever I get is good stuff. So, shubloips. Hey, I have the leg armor already. If I were to get a conquest, this is probably the better one to get because I'm using it and I don't have to, what do you call it, struggle on replacing something. I'm kind of like bummed that it's something I already have and it's not a supremacy side and an 8% chance to get 2 of the same out of the 3 times I've done it. This RNG is punishing, but hey, that is great. Let's check it out. We're going to refine some stuff. And actually, I've been trying to refine these pants, all right, for a long time because I'm using them on Romulus because there is some when you're using this set, I also have the boots, right? And the boots have a Attacking range troop attack, enemy defense. Maybe. No, the boots don't have any siege. The pants, troops, range defense, enemy siege attack, debuff. These are fine. The set bonus, though, attacking siege, machine, and range troop attack is 25%. So that's why these are useful for me. Um, and my siege game. Let's take a look at Romulus. Romulus is much more powerful and formidable now because I got a new dragon a couple of events ago, and what I have been able to put Fafnir on Romulus, and Fafnir is pretty much a siege dragon, level 18 here. I got some good refinements going on, and his passive abilities has an attacking siege machine attack buff. All right, and his talents also, he has got two here in this talent tree, which are Siege Machine Attack and HP. So those are really good, even though that there is a mounted attack in the passive and in his talents. When you're able to move Fafnir onto your Siege game, it is a good day. It is a good day. And we'll take a look at the other dragon that I have and what they are doing for me. But we have received 30 more fragments of a piece of equipment we already have. Yay. And we need to refine this bad boy too, because it is bad as far as the siege refinements go. And I've been trying, oh man, I've been trying to get better ones on here. And I have I've run out of refining stones. So in the meantime, though, I've got enough as far as the meteoric stones go to amplify this a couple of times at least. And this is going to be cool because it's going to beef my all troops defense. Okay, it's going to give me a higher debuff in the siege machine attack, which is good because siege against siege doubles the or increases the damage by 50%. Okay, so when I attack somebody's siege, their siege attack is 50% increase and mine is too. Here I'm debuffing it, as much as possible. That's helping out my other troops here. All right, and that's great. Plus, we're going to get some Star Atlas finally here. So, mana troop defense across the board. These are unconditional buffs, are good. Ooh, and then I'm going to get an in-city ground troop and mana troop HP buff as well. Usually 2% increment. Yep, 2% there and 2% there. Each amplification is going to give us unlock this and contribute that more. Plus, when I amplify, or if I get to a third time down the road, I will start getting an enemy ranged troop attack. So amplification is not only extremely powerful for the gear itself, but it is also good for all the rest of your troops and such. So here we go. There isn't a fun sound that goes with this, but it is fun to do it. Here we go. 8 scroll fragments and 100 stones. Would you like to? Shubloips. And it goes, oink. All right. So we've upgraded the Freedom Hero Leg Armor star level to 6. Hooray! All right. And we now can do it again. Okay. Because the first one is 8, the second is 12. And then I'll leave us with 10 fragments afterwards. And we will need to get a few more fragments on top of that to be able to do it again. All right, so 8, 12, and the next time to refine it is going to cost you 16, I believe. But here we go. One of the lands rad do as the lands radians do, and we're going to buff this up some more. Shkadoosh. All right, now we're at level 7. That is great. Okay, that really amplifies. That really. Ooh, go to that L3 over there, buddy. Right there. Go do it. Boom, hit L3, which there you go. Had a kid. And then we took down, that's a fair amount. Let's see, 6 more to be able to amplify again. But let's take a look, see at what we have done. Look at this nice little red dot that we've got here. And we've also got here indicating you've got something to do. Do it, do it, do it. All right. And we shall. We get to activate a couple of these 2% mana troop defense. Thank you. I like that. There's no sound on this. That's a bummer. I mean, come on, it's the stars. It should go like, come on. You probably got to go up on the roof and get those bad guys. All right, let's do it one more time. In city ground troop and mana troop HP. Thank you. So amplifying your civ equipment is is how players become so powerful and lay waste to the and lay waste to me. Uh, but these percentages they add up across every. Whoa, that's awesome! That's so cool. And I'm grateful that it wasn't the hat or it wasn't the badge, because I'm using the pants and the helmet and and the ring slot or the bracer slot. I'm using the Munsa, the Munso Dynasty set. All right, I've got that piece and that piece. I could get this, but then I would get rid of my pants, and I don't want to yet, unless I were able to get a Supremacy Scroll 2 and start to do the weapons on that side, but I'm not going to do that yet. So I'm holding off. That's why I'm holding off onto that other case. But check this out. All troops buffed quite a bit. We're going to go and try and refine this to get some better states on it. There we go. We're used to seeing that Comet Fall, Flash Sale, pop, 70,000 return. Yes, a lot of meteoric stones. We don't have any double coupons right now. If you do want to get that deal and you're going to amplify something, do it during a, look at this motherfucking bots. Here we go. All day, every day. It's just like, fucking, I'm sorry, I got to do a rally. I got to take out my Angas on a a fucking junior Cerberus. That's about all I can find. But hey, you know what? Everything helps. Speed ups, witches, dwarfs, lucky coins. You man. All right, just fuck. All right. So let's take a look at Romulus now. Who? Whoa! We have taken him over 10 million now. Woohoo! So with that, he was at 9 point something. Now, one of these days, oh, it's 3 out of 4. Oh, it's because, hey, it's probably been an hour. Let's go back to Caesar. Very nice. Let's go to Caesar. We could probably put Fasalt back on him now. Nope, we still have 7 minutes and 40 seconds. That's how long we've been together. But he'll be the, uh, no, he won't be quite over 10 million either. Anyways, four generals over 10 million is what you need. Plus 14 epic generals ascended to star level 10. And then you got to be keep level 42. That's going to be a while. All right. But you're unlocking all kinds, dude. Good job. Nice, buddy. Go for it. All right. Romulus, here we go. We're doing pretty good on our siege attack here, at least 2. All right. Like I said, it's been a matter of being able to afford it with gems and refining stones. Pretty good on siege here as far as the dominant Apollo. Okay. 3 out of 4, and they're epic because it's 20% to 25% on the Apollo gear is your epic and or gold. The boots are in good shape, except for this 188 here, but I'm not going to worry about that. Uh, I've done pretty well as far as the other siege buffs go here. Almost a perfect one there out of 30. A 29 and a half. I mean, 28. You can't ask for anything better on that. But I mean, 300 a pop. I've got less than 30,000. Oh, before we do that, actually, we're gonna open some more stuff because we're gonna see how many more refining stones we can get. All right, those are the burps, the boops. All right, the Munso helmet, eagle helmet. I'm doing well on here. I do have 1 ground troop HP. All right, that's kind of a bummer. But again, very good siege machine HP at 29.6, and I'll take these anything over a 25 point something. I like very much. I still need to clear out that one, but look at this. Costs 8,000 gems a pop to refine when locking in those 3. That is expensive. The Munsell bracers. What are we looking at here? I have all siege. 2 of them are flat. Everything helps. One of them is just below 25%. So eventually I'm going to need to go in there, but they're all siege. So I'm not going to worry too much about that. Although my power can be significantly higher there. Here are my bents. With 2 stars, I should be damn near 1,000,000 power. I mean, much better than 942, honestly. So let's take a look at another The 906, I'm gonna do better on that one too. This 991, those I've been refining, and there are some bad ones again, but for the sake of getting all of the same troop type, 894. I got a lot. I've been doing a lot of refining, and I've kind of taken 2 steps forward, 1 step back. 937, 926, 928. So in the 930s ish. That 942 is actually pretty damn high for 2 stars. You're not going to get to a million until 4 or 5. There's 9 or 10, 9 or 10. But look at this. This is the one that I want to fix the most. Congratulations. Once you amplify, sometimes it's got to refresh by doing that. Um, let's see here. I have one flat siege buff, and the other are, not useful. I need these to be all siege to really enhance my siege game. And ideally, we would refine it up to equal power here at 942, 940,340. Um, or somewhere around that. But if we get all siege there, orange, primarily primarily gold and or epic with some orange, I'm going to be happy. But it's been just torture to even get any siege ones altogether. We're going to try that, but we've needed these refining stones. Okay, we're going to go back into our inventory here. Uh-oh, did we finish a relic? Somebody did. All right. So we're going to go back in here. And we will try and open some more inventory to get some more refining stones. Like I said, we could here, but I want to wait because getting 8 out of there is such a small percentage. I don't need to try and hurry the process of this one. They're really, really good stuff in there, though. But hey, we got 10 more fragments there. The next time we might get some more pence, and we'll be able to use those. Crap, sorry, y'all. All right, going through the goods. Skadoosh. Shabloips. Oh, I thought about opening these to get the latest ornament, but I'm gonna hold on. Maybe I have the feeling we're gonna get another legendary one soon, so I'm gonna wait till that happens. Hey, check it out! I've been holding on to these. Let's open those together. We got a good percentage to get some chips in here as well. And I want the chips because the Wheel of Fortune is going to help stock up on some other things as well. But here we go. Skadoosh. Boom. 74 times 500. That's not bad. That's like killing a ton of Hydra. But we like the gold. There's a lot of it. 7 million something. So that's a lot. 100K, 751 times. I don't know how much. I'm not going to do the math, but we will see when we redeem that and or open it. Super close on the small. What was that one? Was that the medium? Wow, we haven't done the small. We'll do that eventually. All right. After this next Viking stuff, it's going up and down. That's cool, man. This is the one that I wanted to check out next. I talked about in the live stream, and so as we're discussing and or throwing out some things like, hey, I like to do this, I like to do that. This is what I see and what I notice and what helps me is this these lucky boxes, these gift cards. It was the lottery. I always forget the name of it. The lucky card composing, card drawing, right? It looks like the guy's mask is up above there, dude. You gonna find it? You beat on the bad guys, it looks like. All the birds are falling. You gotta go try and find that mask now. Remember, you could scan it to find it? You could go through a wall, maybe? You could do it. I believe in you. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I gotta get that bad guy. He's a bad guy. All right. So you compose these. These are my extras. And we were going over the different things that are in each chest. And what I find to be most valuable is the chest numbers 1 through 5 are the best. 6 is actually really good too because it does have Monarch XP. All right. All of the chests with Monarch experience books in it are the most valuable, in my humble opinion, because general XP we get other ways more regularly, okay? And we don't level up our generals often outside of the general enhancing tiered Monarch day to with experience books, or at least you shouldn't, because you should find somebody generous enough to let you use their epic city or even a legendary city to level up your generals much quicker and more efficiently. Lucky box number 9 is good as far as the 100 stamina, but it's general experience. Thus, I go for number 4, which has 50 stamina, which is really good. These construction speed ups are really good. And finally, we have the 5K Monarch XP. But the ones that I make the most of first, and I was able to do, huh? Shibloips, that's awesome, man. Now you got to find that mask and you got to find that underground stash. Um, I made number 3 511 times. I went number 3 511 times. Oh boy, that's a lot of work. I'm not big on the crafting speed ups in here, but the refining stones, of course, and ore boxes are extremely valuable. Refining stones are where it's at for me. I'm going for refining stones. And lucky enough, there's a good amount of Monarch XP here and a good chunk of gems. And like I said, I need more gems. One item, 60%, up to 3 items at 13.33%. Pretty good odds across the board. Yeah, see? Let's see here. I don't remember what time it was, but somewhere around here, we went to the lucky boxes. I could have opened these last night, this morning, early, but I wanted to wait for you. What's up, bud? Yeah, you drink some water and bring it out here, and then you can go find yourself a snack. Yeah, dog. All right. Maybe a piece of saltwater taffy, but you got to be drinking water. This is what we're going to open. But first, let's open these other ones, okay? Because let's get them out of the way. Hey, I never use those. That's lucky to get that out of it. 2 items when there was a what percentage to get 2? 26.67%. That's pretty good. Okay, to get 2. There, we only got 1. Oops, oops, oops. Don't want to open that yet. Let's open number 5. One of them, that's really good. Ours for speed, that's very helpful. Number 6, please. General experience. There we go. We like that, and that's good too. Number 8. Number 8. I order you to take a number 7. Open. Oh, that's the one we want out of there. 500 chips. Number 9's got some good stuff in it. Oh, we didn't get any of the stamina, but that's all right. Stones and an hour. Go get your snack, man. Don't play with that all weird. And then number 10. Number 10, please. Hey, I'll take that. All right, here's where it's all about. We wanted the most as far as our refining stones go and Monarch XP. We've got a much better percentage of getting 2 and or 3 now. When in the land's red dudes, the land's ready and dudes. Duty means poop. Here we go. Skadoosh. Shabloips. Holy cow. We like this. That is a lot. Let's do some math here. 762. That's my notes. That's my notes. We're not going to go through that right now. My collocator here. Oh, it's behind my head. I actually looked to see this time if we could see it. All right. 762 times 5,000. That's what we just got. We got 3.8 million Monarch XP there. That is tremendous. 3.8 million from composing these tickets over the course of those 11 days and collecting them. I am very happy about that. 200 gems. We'll see how much that is soon. All right. 13,000 refining stones. I like to see that. Okay. That is a lot and a fair amount of iron ore. That is why I like to craft and or compose the level 3. Now we're going to do 459 of the lucky box number 4. Is that just the snack you wanted? You don't want anything else? 2 of them. You can have 1. And then I want you to eat something substantial like a banana or a piece of bread or something. Okay? All right. We're hoping for a good amount of stamina in return. Did I move this accidentally? Sorry. All right. A lot of construction speed ups. We like that. And then let's see how much more Monarch experience we can get. All right. Here we go. Skadoosh. 452 this time. So we're going to add 3 million, 3.8 million. Keep that in mind. 452 times 5,000. 2.26. Let's add the 3.81. 3.8 million, right? 3.810000 equals. We just made 6 million. Monarch experience from that event. That is great. That's like, something that you would get from $100, two $100 packages. We love it. Okay. Wow, a medium resource chest. That's helpful. Lots of gold and 2,160 hours there. Wow, only 105 of the 50 staminas. It's a good source of stamina. It's not, your end all be all, but this is very, very helpful. So those of you wanting to keep your stamina stock going outside of some other avenues, composing lucky box number 4 or 9 works. And then I had just leftover tickets, please, to compose to get lucky box number 7. Not necessarily anything in here except for the speed ups, I think. But shibboleths. Cool. Good. Yes, 352 hours of research. I like that. A lot of general XP, which would be good on the tiered monarch day. So I can't argue with that. Fair amount of teleporters and some materials. But nevertheless, irregardless, not a word by the way, a great return on the number of tickets, lucky ticket composing. These they call them gift cards here. Lucky composing item. All right. And then all of these extras, sadly, you need 3 total to get them. And I've got a bunch of, I wish these would maybe, that's asking a lot. Anyways, I open these when there's the 999. So through SVSs because I want the most Monarch XP I can there too. I'm crazy like that. So hold on. All right. What else do we got? Oh crap. It's 10:14. We need to do some donating so I can cash in on my, ooh, we're almost there. Oh, I thought we were closer. To cash in on my the tea event. What do we have here? Mysterious relic. We finished a relic. What's the report? Junior Sting. All right. Ooh, we better. We got 2.5 hours there to re-up. I'm gonna wait. Any materials we need to redo? Okay, let's do that. We've got a new recruitment here. Nobody. Oh, the Persian swordsman, very blonde, fair-skinned Persian swordsman. Uh, I think those are funny. Let's see here. Alliance Carnival, Wisdom. Anybody? Yeah. Hey, we're gonna go claim some here. I've been getting as many goodies there. Threw down on that one last event. Gold refining. We're gonna finish that one. I hope. Hope we have enough to refine those pants, refine my pants enough to get some good stats on there and or complete the refining. But man, oh man, I'm running low on the refining stones, but we stocked up on a little bit there. Oh, and let's take a look at the Wheel of Fortune. Whoa! So 500 chips, 79. That's about 40 grand. Almost 2 million chips. So that's why the witch's gifts are so valuable. As far as perhaps holding on to those for quite a while. Okay, nearly 2 million. 2 million. We're gonna be spinning that. I want to see what I can get there. At least a ton of maybe Monarch gear that I can compose up. Nothing's refreshed here because it's an hour behind now for whatever reason. Excuse me. The best deal west of the Mississippi. Unfortunately, we can't get it with a triple coupon because it only happens in betwixt events. But it counts as a $10 purchase, okay? So thus you get 2,500 gem credit, which goes towards nearly getting you the second tier of the strategic stockpile, okay? And discounted at $5 plus 4,000. That's 8,000 plus 1,400, 9,400 refining stones for $5. That is absolutely phenomenal. Out of this world, insane in the membrane. Okay, looking through, I just always can't help myself. Can't help myself. I don't know if those are the words. I'm not going to sing the rest. I don't want to get in trouble. But let us see here. Let's throw something out there. We've got a fair amount of refining stones now. I'm glad I could open a number of things with you. Witch's gifts, the random, scroll chest, which we happen to get the same thing. We got to amplify. That's always cool to see, and it's a great segue into to uh, refining, which I wanted to do with y'all as well. That's why I kind of held on to it too, because it's fun to do together. Plus, refining, it's better to have company in misery because it is brutal. We're going to see my gem supply plummet. I'm very rarely under 1 million anyway. Um, uh, I know it's different. It's all relative for others, but hey, maybe that'll survive as long enough for me to actually rally it. Oh, and you know what? We're back in business as far as Caesar goes. And Fasalt, let's get Fasalt back on there. Skadoosh, 2.3 million is what we're adding on there. Fasalt is pretty powerful. Finally got Fasalt up to level 16. Radiantwyrm is the other dragon that I unlocked for the sake of freeing up Fafnir for my siege so I could have an attacking dedicated mounted troop, Dragon. The passive buffs being mounted troop HP and defense, attacking mounted troop HP and defense with a significant siege HP debuff. The refines are okay. And the no, we don't do refine. The talents therein, a ground and mounted troop defense debuff and a mounted troop defense buff, plus some excellent siege machine debuffs. More of them. More. It's a good. It's the one that I consider to be the premier besides Nidhogg, which requires level 3 wonder mounted dragon. So that's why I went for that. I bypassed and or forewent the fame quest. Oh, by the way, I got over 3,000 finally. That was awesome. So I'm over 3,000, and one of these days I'll hit 3,500 perhaps. But the domination or prosperity, there was one to get. Nope, it's not that one. It's damn. Domination. Nope, it is leadership. The the Jawser dragon would have unlocked this epic Grandmaster, unlocked Jawser, which would have unlocked a nameplate, which would have unlocked another fame quest for me, but that's okay. I did not need Jawser. They are a dragon that is pretty much what I consider another wall defense dragon. Or a ranged, could be a ranged dragon or a siege. We'll go look at them. We're gonna do some dragon stuff later too. It's gonna be a long one. This is kind of just one for you to enjoy and or experience and or look at and peruse because we haven't done anything together in a while. Excuse me, I had to clear my chest. Let's get back in the keep to where it's less intense than the world map music. Ooh, nope, we got a while there. See, let's go back in our inventory. I want to see what I can get, as much as I can get as far as refining stones before we go refine. Okay, but we saw that fun stuff as far as opening some other goodies. Let's see here. Let's see here. 1022. Nikes. Hold on 1 second. I gotta look. I'm gonna look at something. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. This is something that I've talked about for a while. Where's it gonna pop up? Right there. This gives a 5% discount. All right, on the purchase of these gems. 5% off. Ebony has recently revamped their or added a rebate on top of this. So if you go to announce, where we want to go is the Facebook. Okay, you go here And this is something else. This is an old one as far as April 11th is kind of weird. What did she shrink? There is a new one. We need to look here. Ebony the King's Return. There's a gem update, gem store update. Thanks for your feedback. There we go. I'm just gonna like it because when in Facebook, 5% extra bonus on pink gems. Okay, you can go this way to and not get a 5% discount, but instead on your purchase, which takes you to a similar, if not the exact same, but it is different. When you click it, boom, it's going to give you earn this back on the return of on this payment. So this is, see how it's not discounted 5%? It's full price, but you get 5% on top of what you purchase. So you can either save 5% in the total purchase or you can get 5% more in the full price of the purchase. Two different ways, only on PC. One is through the game itself, okay? One's through the game. And the other is through, um, what you would call it, is through the Facebook link. You could save that in your browser to go there automatically if you don't want to scroll through the Facebook. But this web store here takes you to the 5% off as opposed to that new link, which is going to take you to the 5% back on top of it. Okay? That is that jazz. Let's see here. What do we got? I'm gonna check my email. All right. Where is it? There we go. Uh, 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 uh. Doing something here. On the secret screen, can you see it? I don't think so, right? No? Ooh, what am I doing here? Secrets, secrets, secrets galore. Let's see what happens. This one, this one. Never done this before. Do do do. Oops. You're singing it too, huh, bud? Nice. Confirm. All right. Promise there's a purpose. Look at that. See, that's what it looks like. This is what you get back. That's what you got. Okay. Going through either the Facebook. All right. Hey, there we go. Finally getting some of the Lucky Hunters gifts. Going to the Facebook, and then you've got a record there. All right. Then you see it reflected there. And why did we do that? Well, when in Rome, when in the Landsrad, do as the Landsradians do. Here we go. This limit. Shobloips. Yes. Confirm. You are here with me, and now you get to see the big old bonus that's coming back. Boom, twice, thrice. Then you go to here, the strategic stockpile. You have satisfied this first one, plus another 20 tickets, please, and you are 500 away from these 20. Boom, that's nice. 903. What are we going for? Always saving up for that military strategic chest. Okay. And the limited time promotion during the first hour of each 4-hour refresh. Refining stones, good chunk of Monarch XP, and the items, the material bags. That is what is up. And then, of course, your receipt, your record, okay, which is nice. Look at that. Man, oh man, if you could only triple that one. Good amount on all fronts, okay, for a heavily discounted price. That is cool, and I'm glad we could share that together. All right. And that is going to put us in a better position to do some refining stuff as well. And while I'm out here, even though I have got a march that isn't doing anything. I don't mind. I'm going to let them just kind of hang and try and jump in on a rally here and there. But let's see if we can start one by finding something quick. And then you can see the pain. Witness the pain of a map. Just, oh, I had a good word in my head as far as a map devoid of anything good. I wouldn't be surprised if that gets picked off before I get to it. All right. So our inventory is looking much, much better. All right. Only 200 worth as far as gems there go, and I 500, and that's a bummer. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, that's what I was thinking. Should do that. Can we plunder? Oh, talk about, growing and helping each other as far as the server goes. Plunder, plunder galore. You're lucky if you get back to wherever you're going with any of the goodies. Tell you what. Anywho, okay. I can help. Yeah, sure. I can't help. I'm helping out with a thief here. A royal thief. Thievery. Thievery, I tell you. All right. How you doing? Good, good, great, grand, well, awesome. Huh. Oh, man, I'm getting close to upgrading some cards. That's good. Here is our Radiantwyrm. We need to get Radiantwyrm to level 10 to have my 6th dragon at 1 million. And that's going to unlock a fame quest and a dragon miracle, which is really cool. There's an own to activate portion to it, but there's a use to activate portion of it as well. I have already fed for the day. I'm waiting for the super feeding event, which should be going on next event because it usually happens the same time with the Trial of Nights. And I like that. Let's see here. And I don't know why I gave it the weird voice, but it's just fun. Holy cow, we have a lot of coins. That's going to be fun. We already looked at the recruit. This is going to refresh fairly soon. All right. Um, this is always a worthy one to get. We'll wait. We'll wait. But that one's 99 cents. That one's 99 cents. Plus that's a 3, 3, 4, and 5. Just need $3. 4, 4, 4, 5. Okay. So don't have anything to get there. We want to go inventory, right? All right, here we go. So inventory stocked and or replenished kind of with some more goodies. Hopefully the sound's moving much better. Let's see here. We've looked at this over and over again. Some of you got to see me level up my civilization treasure, at least a couple. We had leveled up the Imperial Seal, and we got the Seven Branch Sword. Those two were leveled up at once, and then I waited until opening more, and I have since leveled up the rest to level 7. The Globus Cruciger took quite a while more, because it was down by a lot more than the others. But we are 6,000 pieces essentially away. 7 times 6 is what, 36? No, 7 times 6. 6, 12, 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42. We need 42,000 treasure boxes to essentially get enough pieces to level this up to level 8. 42,000. And if you know treasure boxes, they don't come fast. No. But they come more regularly than art treasure scrolls. So what the frogs am I doing here? Digressing. Because we talked about one thing. The Leto rabbit hole, taking us on another adventure. All right. Stay away, stay away, stay away, Leto. It's okay. It's okay. You don't need it. Here we go. I was debating on whether or not to use this with y'all here to see if we could get Toyotomi. But I'm so close to getting another one with my General's Invitations. I just need 500 of them, and I have 478. Should be able to get another one during this General's Portrait event. Hoping to get lucky with our Wheel of Civilization. We got the Huns going on right now. I already did my 2 runs today. I had the runs with the Huns. And I passed the Nightmare and the Hard. should be in much better shape now, especially with amplifying that equipment. Hopefully, get some good refines to make it further in the hell difficulty level. Stage 6 is what I can get through carrying a team who is not very strong, if you will. And now with Fafnir on instead of Otso, plus some amplified and better refined civilization equipment, I'm hoping that I can do more as far as perhaps stage 7, maybe 8. Probably not 8 because I don't have. I would need more. Oh my gosh! And I've got some blazing fun to have there too. I've been really heavily investing in my soul set. I want to max that out because since we can't slay any monsters on the map because there aren't any except for mythicals, really, really high level, which I can slay, but I get way less wounded than I did with the T14, but the cost of healing T15s makes it the same healing cost. So I've cut down on my wounded, but the healing cost is the same still, sadly. So I need to cut down even more on my wounded to slay those big boss monsters that are 1.5 billion and above. But I can easily do it. I can slay a B21 on my own now, which is a 2.4, 2.5, 2.6, I forget. I can do that on my own. That's how powerful I am. I have become. Yes, yes, money bunny. Oh, before I forget and leave my brother-in-arms hanging here, I'm gonna slay this. Doo-ba-doo-doo. Yeah, but do I have anything saved? Thou shalt be saved. This was an interesting thing to do with one of my partners in crime here. First down awards, level 7s. I used some Romulan drinks. There we go. B21. This is me, baby. I used a Romulan drink, but I don't. I had a medium March buff on here, or a what do you call it? A junior March buff. But here's that mythical Hydra. Okay, under 10,000 with a senior March size buff on there. Okay, under 10,000 is a lot less than what I was getting before, but the cost of that was too much. We could even kill a B22 now together. Lost power 3.2 million. That was not it. Where is the one? 3.23. Okay. 3.7 was one of them at, this was a senior, 30,000 wounded. And then if you cut it down, that was my T14. Then I did T15, 30,000 to 19,000. But the cost was the same. Even though I cut off 11,000 total as far as wounded, 20,000 or so T15s cost you the same as 30,000 T14s to heal. So I can't justify the wounded, of course, like I could with the B18s, like I was showing you earlier. So that's something that we have got going on, and I need to increase my my March size capacity, and I need to. I don't know why I keep going there. It's just a place that I have saved, and I need to increase some other things. My gear. See, this is mythical here. They're everywhere. And I want to get to the point where I can slay them with at least under 5,000 wounded. So when I get stuff back, it covers the cost plus some. And then I'll have way more to slay because those aren't, even though there are keeps that are much more powerful than me on this server, much higher with the more, and they've had T15s and all of the things for a lot longer. I can slay bigger monsters with far less wounded with half of the March size. That's how much I have invested in as far as my monster buffs and debuffs go, and my monster slaying equipment in generals, i.e., the Rurik set, okay, my soul set, my blazons, as far as soul goes, okay, 20, 19, 19, 18. These ones I want to replace because they're this reinforcing I don't want, and this reinforcing I don't want. Those don't help me like the attacking or in rally does. So these are against monster in rally. These are against monster and then attacking. All of those help me against monster. Against monster, attacking. All right, against monster and attacking. I would get higher buffs if they were specifically against monster, but the attacking or in rally is just as good. So attacking here, but my one at level 15 was reinforcing. I'm getting nothing on my rallies. This in rally I am getting, but this reinforcing, I'm missing out on potentially 15 to something else percent. So I want to redo those before I level them up more. But I need blazons to change to switch them into. Okay, and I've used all of mine to level those up so high. This is a lot. That's a lot. Plus I've maxed out the military academy as far as uh, uh, my mounted technology goes. I've got nowhere to go with any technology anymore as far as mounted goes. 100%, 100%. All of my wild hunt against monster, against monster, against monster. 100%. There are some other mounted troop, like some of these in the other like this mounted troops attack and ground. So those I will eventually, but I'm working on the siege so I can beef up, my capabilities in Huns, which gets you really good rewards. And my defense, my siege heavy defense. So I'm doing that first before my ranged and ground, and I'll probably do my ground next because, like I said, I want to go to barracks level 40. 70 billion there, pretty much 70 billion across the board as opposed to 54 billion in food. I have the other requirements, but I want to unlock those T15s there. And then it's the long process of getting this to even 39. Okay. I'll probably do my siege next, and then I'll do my ranged back asswards compared to what a lot of other players do. But I have got no technology to do in my academy until I get to keep level 41 as well. So K41 there is required, and K41 here is required. Then I can start on melee formation. And that's gonna, I'm gonna get into more stuff. Military Academy level 6. Level 6. And I'm 5, and to upgrade, I need to be K41. So, long way there. To get to K41, I'm going to have to do my walls and let's see here, my walls and my archer tower. Here's another 50 billion of each. Okay. Archer tower, 20 billion. Well, actually, it's just walls. Once I do walls, I don't have to do my archer tower yet. Just walls, 40. But then another, another 70 billion there. So, the only reason I would do that maybe earlier than normal without getting more T15s is so I can beef up my March size capacity even more. Army Camp 41, 41, because that's not actually a whole lot, all things considered. And if we look at this, our detail, and we go to keep level 41s, we're going to add another 50 grand to the base amount of our March size capacity, which is, significant, 50,000. All right. So it's going to make this 600,000. So my percentages that all of my generals have, for instance, my, duty means poop, my rally spot Niwa. All right. A March size capacity of 30%. That's going to be 30% of the new total amount. Okay. Not 30% of what I have now, but 30% on top of 600,000. So let's take a look at this. Right now, we have got, good job, Hawkeye. 550,000, right? So 550,000 times point 3. All right, that's 30%. That's equal. So we're getting 165,000 more on top of that. What I have now, 165,000. So we're going to increase this by another 50,000, right? And let's multiply that by zero point 0.3. Boom, 180,000. So significantly more, 115,000 more by going up that extra 50,000 on the base amount. That is what's up. So it's going to be 50,000 more, plus another 180,000, plus again this 70,000. All right. And then you see how everything is stacking and adding to more and more and more. Plus my officer Niwa, who has got, 15,000 here, 15,000 there. All right, and then his stats here, ooh, his specialties were another 6%. All right, another 15%. So it's 21% plus his main skill, which is another 10%. That's 31%. 31% more on top of that. So another 185,000 on top of that one. It just, you see how the numbers just are, they climb and they climb and they climb, right? Yeah, it's good stuff. Good stuff. So this is going to be, this is over 3 million now. And then plus, when you bring your generals into it and their skill books and their skills too, that is how the cookie crumbles. All right, before I forget, we're at 2 hours. We're good. We're good. We'll be off before then, because we're over 2 hours now in this video. I can't help myself. We're going to go for an hour each, or 3 hours each time. Ooh, I like that number better. Let's see if we can get some more. We're back to it. We got distracted by something, but maybe it was beneficial. We're going through our inventory. Sorry about that. That's gross. I know it's super loud. Maybe you can hear my voice really well, but you can sure hear it when I have to hakalugi. How you doing, buddy? Good. He is becoming a Spider-Man pro. It's awesome. All right, let's open that. We just got some more there. It's the Ultimate War season, so I save that up until Ultimate War ends so I can try and get the best stuff out of there. Oh my goodness, the royal chests. 660 of them, almost to 666. Dragon crystals, gems. Are there refining stones in here? Yes, there are. Oh, but I've been saving them for so long. You get three a day. And I got 660. So this 660 divided by three. When in the lens rad, when Ebony TKR, it's the R5 Life with Lido, you you look at the numbers, divided by three. Boom, 220 days. That is how many days I've been saving up these Royal Thief chests. Circle. There you go, buddy. Go. Yeah. Circle. Yeah. He's doing great. Good job. Um, 220 days is how I've been saving these chests up for 220 days. I don't think I can bring myself to doing it yet. Even though the stuff in there is so good. Maybe in 2 days when it's 666, the number of the beast, I'll do it because that's a special number. 220, that'd be 222 days. It's crazy to think that's how many. You just forget about them eventually. Sorry about adjusting those. Okay, let's keep moving. Maybe you're like, Lito, open them, damn it. Why don't you? And I just can't. Was fortunate enough to get my hands on another America Epic City, and I converted it to pieces, and I have upgraded another piece of the historic spectacles. Whoa, that's super cool, dude. L1. Nice. All right. A bunch of decorations I can't use. We're saving those up again too. I opened 200 of them once and I only got one of the supremacy scrolls. So last time I did 999, I got 12. I'm gonna wait till I get close to that again. Till I really benefit from them. Right now I don't really need to. Restocking on those. Ooh, witches bags. Those might, but let's see here. These do. Arachnes. Uncommon spider chest. Thank you. So these candies, if you will, they will have what? Witches bags in them, right? Amongst a bunch of other things. Any refining stones? Doesn't look like it. Maybe in the higher ones. But when you open these, you've got a percentage chance, the random item, right? So I don't even know what the percentage is to get these witches bags. But you'll get enough to slowly but surely have this number grow, okay, to 999. And when you do, at least this is what I do and some other players do, you open the 999 to save up the 999 of the next level of bag. See here, level 2 witch's bag, okay? This one does have refining stones. All right. And chips. We're in a good position to perhaps get the 999 we need for this. What is it, harvest? No, oh, they are refining stone. There, so that would be 1,000. There are 10. That'd just be 1,000. I'm going to wait on that. 1,000 is negligible. All right. So I save up these candies a lot too over multiple events because you want more witches bags per candy. But each witch's bag gives this same level 1 candy plus other stuff. Let's see what we can get. Not terribly concerned with how many things I get out of these particular items, except the witch's bags are very valuable, clearly. Let's open. And what we'll do, since we are here, and we've done this before, oh, the tributes are really good in that one, actually. So it does behoove us to perhaps save the level 2 candies more. Level 3 candies. All right, what do we have here? We're getting quite a bit of witches' bags. I like it. Aha, aha. Plus some materials. Level 4s. And we're getting more and more of the level 1 witches' treasure bags in these higher level candies. Level 5 candies, 45. Showblipes, 92. That's good. Plus a bunch of level 4 material pieces. Yes. Now these bad boys, they have got quite a bit of resources and such, plus Monarch XP. Where are we? Only 577. Okay, I would need way more level 1 witches bags to get a level, a level 2. But if I open these, I'm feeling pretty good about getting enough level 2s at 999 to open and then benefit with the refining stones. And it's okay starting over with level 1s again. I mean, this takes a long time. It's what we do. It's the Leto way. Let's open these to max that stack, baby. Shubloips! Well over the amount we need. Plenty of royal waybills, which you can compose those into advanced royal waybills, by the way. So if you have a bunch of these, don't ever pick the advanced royal waybills in a optional chest because you can just compose those up into a higher. Cool, 49 hours. Yay, yay, yay. This is why opening more of the level 1s is better. But look at that. That's what we did. We finished a stack of 999. And we like what we have in here. Chips, and refining stones. Only 5 per. So it'd be great if we got 5 times 1,000. 5,000. Here we go. When in the land's rad. Skadoosh. Hey, almost. All right. Almost another 1,000. We like it. Plenty of researching. That's good. Lumber, I need it. And then we're halfway to a 999 stack of the level 3 bag, plus more chips. We like that. Aha. And then the process starts all over. I'll save more candy over the course of events because you get that free every day just by logging in. And we're well on our way to maxing this stack, which has gems, ooh, and a lot of stamina. Okay. Plus then the level 4 witch's bag, which has not really good stuff compared to, I don't know, stamina and refining stones. But then the heralded level 5, which I have rarely ever received, which has the bee's knees as far as material bags go. And refining stones, baby. They know how to get me, but it's going to take a while to get there. It's all right. We're together. We're going to do it. You know we will. And the process will start all over again. All right. I can't wait till they clear all that treasure out. Oh, God. I got 5th place on that one, which is fine with me because I was able to get another Fort Frost, which will help with my construction speed and my research speed. I like it. Just opening these because I'm here and we're together. All right. The eggs of power. They don't have any refining stones in them. Okay. So I save those forever until I really need them, especially when doing construction. Maria's. Yeah, those ones we might open when we do Barracks level 40. Maybe. I might not need to. We already went over those. Whoa, we have a lot of runestones now just by opening those bags. I've been doing 2,000 a pop because a player suggested, and forgive me, my friend, I have forgotten who it was exactly that told me to do a 2,000 at a time, and it seems to have worked out well. As long as I get over 200, I'm happy. Oh, 214, since they are a point one something percent. I don't know. That is a good one. Let's see here. What is the percentage? 10.77. So ideally, you'd want 222, which is the 11. But anything over 200, I think, is a good return on opening 2,000 apiece there for the immortal. Those are the rarest of them all. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the rarest runestone of them all? Okay, here we go. Opening those. Oh, 1.5 billion or so that we earned from opening all of these chests and items together. I love it. I love it. We're going to see where we are as far as our resources go. Then we're going to do some refining. We're going to take a look at some more generals. And then we'll probably call it a wrap. Look at that. Under 3,000 tactic scrolls. That takes forever in a day. How many we get here? Almost 100 grand. We'll take it. That helps. We need it. We're going to go through that like this when we get to refining. All right, but all of it helps. How much do we have here? Only 290. All of those lucky bags equaled, let's just do 25. I don't know why. I just like doing that's 50. 50 out of 105, let's do 55. Um, those all came from the lucky composing bags. All right. VIP we don't need. Where are we with just a millions? 55, and we need 54 for the barracks, but then we'll need a lot more billions to train. So we're at 63, about 64 billion total there with just the super resources. Okay. And then that's not counting all these other ones that we haven't even opened yet. But this 500K here, that's another, half a billion. So we're in pretty good shape as far as food goes to do the construction. Lumber, we need 68 billion. We got 47.8, 18. So 57 billion, 58 billion. If you take the 855 and 217, 58 billion plus 8 billion more is 66 billion, and we need 68. We do have enough to get it with all of our other resources that we have yet to open. Let's see, 50K times about 24K. Yeah, 1 point something billion. So we have those. And then we have other things that we have yet to open as well. So that's looking good. Plus this, what is that? 2 billion there. So we've got plenty to do that construction, and lumber doesn't go into the cost of training ground troops. So that is going to be sufficient. Stone does, however, a fair amount of it. All right. Equal to iron ore. And I've got a lot of stone, and stone cost is the biggest cost in construction. So we've got 68 billion. We've got enough in the safe stone already. 68 plus 13, so that's 78 plus 78 plus a 3. Shit. 78 plus 3 is 81 plus a 3, it's 81.5 billion in stone. We're in pretty good shape there. Iron ore, which has always cost a significant amount, and we depleted that completely when we did our stables level 40 and our upgrading of troops. And I'm slowly kind of bringing my T14s back up a little bit, just to even them out and help them with reserve troops and stuff. But I justified upgrading a lot of them because I had had them for so long. It was all savings to me. 52 billion, 13 billion. So 62 billion. We have 65 billion in iron, and we need 68 billion plus the cost of training. We really, really need to add to our iron ore supply. So iron and food, we're going to need more of that moving forward. Should be able to get a fair amount, especially if the next event has the resource consumption. Okay, because using all those resources will get us all the sprint rewards back, and we'll make up some of the resources in return. Plus the Trial of Knights, which will have plenty of it has 10 billions worth of super resources chest to redeem with the points you earn for using your Blood of Ares. And I have got the generals to level up and the or to ascend, and the blood of Ares to use. Plus, maybe we will recruit a new general, depending on who the new glory general is. Okay, if it's a ground general, I will probably go for them as long as they're. Uh, I will go for them definitely as long as they're. Oh yeah, you got that little item there, buddy. Did you press triangle in the right spot? Try and get close to it again. Maybe you already got it. You already got it? Good. Um, let's see here. I don't think it's going to be another ground general since we just had Akechi here, 2 weeks worth. I like that they're doing it for 2 weeks. And Akechi Mitsuhide, I think, is phenomenal ground, even though it's a basic flat march buff, not of attacking. So it's good, very powerful what they're doing with the generals now. We have much better as far as the refining stones go. Nothing to disassemble. Materials, disassemble. 253. I need more of those to either awaken Isaac Brock. I'm hoping, and I can't wait for the next general so we can ascend more, right? Uh, and possibly get more Isaac Brock from opening it. Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, why would he be in my bedroom so early? That's kind of weird. That's a rhetorical question. So he came to use our toilet. I'm glad he picked ours. All right. Let's see here. What are we doing? We've pretty much opened all the inventory we can. Um, Plus, we cashed in on a good deal. Let's see. We're going to wait to open those Royal Thieves chests. Okay. Sorry, just can't do it. We need to do some refining and look at a couple of things as far as the generals go. Something came across my mind. Not going to worry about it right now. But we need to, since we amplified especially, try and get these pants to siege worthy refinements. Now, the power is at 942, which is good. 942. It'd be great to stay there. Okay. It'd be great to stay there, but um, I'm going to take siege buffs over total power. I've been more and more comfortable with that because having buffs for the specific troop and type and the general is far more valuable than just the power level altogether. All right, so time to refine. I'm not going to hold on to that flat siege buff. Even though it is epic or gold, it's flat and it's not very high. It's on the very low end. 439 out of 513. Sorry, buddy, can't quite hear you. Warn me if only the refining has the following attributes: orange or gold. I never really clicked these because I should though, because I've accidentally gone by some good ones. Here we go. We honestly don't have a lot to work with. Plenty of gold. I'm comfortable with that. But the refining stones, that's not a lot. I need something. This has been painful, okay? To just deplete this amount and not get anything worthwhile. So that's 3, 4, 5, no 6, 7. Nothing. No siege. There's a purple siege. Stone gathering. Thank you for nothing. Lumber. Good gracious. Barely any golds. We got ground again, that's a huge ground. 29 and a half. That's unbelievable. Unbelievable. That's not even doing anything for me. We have already gone through fucking a lot. Hey, there we go. That's the one, baby. That's the one. So we're going to take a whole bunch of power off, but we got a very high Siege Machine HP. Finally, now it's costing us 4K. That is a lot. I'm going to take that because the more colors there, the higher power there is going to be. Come on. 2 gold is better than all the others. Come on. Okay. There are three sieges, which is good, but I'm not going to lock any in. We're committed to getting a couple of these. I'm losing some siege, but I get 2 gold. It's not worth it just for food gathering seed and power to me. Jeez, brutal. 24.9 as opposed to 21.6. 355 flat. I'm going to take that one. I don't even want to know what my gems look like right now. This is just excruciating. That was 23.8. See, I was going too fast. Come on. We had 1.1 million or so gems. We've gone through well over 40,000. Oh, oh gosh. Come on. Just something that's gold. Oh, this is brutal. I like to do this during events because the gem usage gets you some sort of return. This is nothing. Okay, so 489 as a flat buff, it's gold as opposed to 24.9%. I don't, what's better, right? A gold siege that's a flat buff opposed to an orange. I don't I don't want a flat one. We're going to do it a couple more times. There are 3 gold, food gathering and ground HP. This is just, I don't know why these pants have been so tough to get good. There we go. This is, okay. I'm going to stop there because we have 3 siege, 2 are purple, but 2 gold ones. I've used probably 200,000 at least gems. Who knows? 924. We went from 942 to 924, but we have way more as far as the siege buffs go. So they're all three, well, 3 out of 4 are siege, and range is helpful too. One of them is low, 2 of them are low. We're in much better shape than we were before, having 1 flat buff as far as the siege goes. Look at that. Yep, 200,000 or so gems. It was a good thing that we got some from all the other items and such. We're going to have to work extra hard and do some things to earn more back to make up for that. But we have helped ourselves in the golden refining. Oh, cool. We got something there. Oh, yeah, because we got the special. All right. That's going to get us more here. Our friends are getting more goods there. Let's go ahead. We got 2 days left after this. Right on. 22 and 31 are huge. Where are we gold refining? Hey, and then we even satisfied that. That was a lot of refining, plus our sprint quests for the sprint event. We have claimed all of the sprint quests now. Those are fairly easy too. Here we have made some refining stones back, and we will perhaps. Are you okay? Okay, is that one going to work now? Okay, good job going back and forth, man. Ooh, and we've already finished that one. And look, we get a little bit of gems back too. That's going to be nice. I like it. Plus other stuff. 500 there, more refining stones, super, and treasure. And we have arrived at the fourth stage, which is going to get us 20 more Hermes coins. We just need to do 20,000 more refining stones. Use 20,000 more refining stones. We're going to make a little bit back in gems and refining stones, but we'll get those ever so valuable Hermes coins, which will put us at 2550 and hopefully make another 50 back at least to be at 2600 and get us ever closer to this military strategist, historic general. Whew! That is the way the cookie crumbles. And we've moved ourselves up just a tiny bit in our ranking here for the super refining. But we've got some points to use to redeem the remainder of these super resources. And some treasure chests, 44 out of the 50 that were there. So we're doing really well as far as the items to redeem in the super refining. A fairly good place as far as ranking rewards. If I stay at 7 or around there, I'm going to earn some tactic scrolls back, and I'm happy about that. Always happy about that. But a few more gold treasure to redeem, some teleporters, and then some training speed ups. But irregardless, not a word by the way, we're in much better shape than we were, and we finally got some good refinements on the Ding Dang Pants. But we do need to bring its power level up. Yes. 924 is pretty dang low for being 7 stage, but I like seeing Siege Machine there instead of all that random other stuff. Plus, the 2 gold ones we have are pretty damn high. 942 total power before, but having only 1 flat buff for Siege Machine HP at 411 or something, or 380 something out of 489. This is significantly better, I think. It's got to be. The percentage is there as opposed to a flat and higher item power far outweigh, what it looks like as far as the total power that you have. I'm still over 10 million with Romulus, and the siege buffs are becoming quite comparable. 993. I don't want to do a whole lot of refining until tomorrow, basically, because it's the golden refining event, which has some good returns on the materials. The materials. Sadly, we won't be crafting any during the next crafting master because we didn't get a new, we didn't get a new civilization equipment scrolls. We got the damn pants. What a trip, man. What a trip, woman percent. Here we go. I'll take Junior Hydras any day. Okay, we're going to wrap things up here soon. 2.5 hours, that's good. I'm going to put like a disclaimer on this video saying, hey, we're hanging out, we're doing some things. This is something to throw on. There's some good stuff we went over. We talked about it. Going over the events, checking in, all of this stuff. What's new, what we got, what we're used to, how things are. Let's see here. Maybe we can craft one more of the sigil. 1111. No. Oh, everybody wanting that. I will give this to get that. Cool. My dog's barking. Let's see here. Lions competition. Already did that. Bacchus's Tavern. I have a ×2 tomorrow. I hope I can get that conquest scroll fragment. I've never won it or found it under those cups, I don't think. Feasting revelries in full swing. Giant's Wisdom Temple. If you're doing this, wait. If you're buying this, okay, wait until the triple coupons come. You want to triple this. You don't want to just double it. Triple coupon that shiz and see how it goes for 2 weeks. That means the next event, when we get triple coupons, you'll be able to use it on there. And you want to, because placing high on this gets you mayoral optional chests, and you want those. Okay, doing it is just great too, because passing level 3 gets you a 10% at a mayoral optional chest. Passing level 4 gets you a 15%. These are great. That's how I have received most of my mayors. It's interesting that that mayor is 15 and the Achaemenidite optional is 2. That is not nearly as valuable as the mayors, in my humble opinion. Silver Monarch, go kick some butt there. We just did the wishful windmill. Can I actually redeem anything? Nope. Oh, you know what? Let's see here. Maybe we can get another runestone. There we go. Oh my gosh, right on the nose. It pains me to not get any more ruby necklaces, but it's okay. Runestones are more valuable for me now since we're going to do Trial Knights. There may be a new general. And I also got Queen Tamar. Okay. We did gold refining. We're good until tomorrow. You want to see my pretty name there? Yay, Leto the Second. I got that, and I wanted that to upgrade my American subcity. That's pretty much it, right? You got the subcity, and I did America. All right, and I was able to construct the villa and an extra 5% on the gold levy. Hey, that pays pretty big dividends in the long run. I would need to win one more American city to get 15 fragments to get 10% construction speed. That's huge. And then the building clustered siege machine attack, 15%. Und this Mount Rushmore siege attack defense and HP, 5%. So tremendously helpful uh, uh, city, epic city. On all accounts, research speed and subordinate city gold production, plus these extra training speed. Not so bad. Research speed, siege machine attack, defending siege machine attack. That's nice. And gold levy, and then Shobloips. The construction speed is really what I'm really gonna be super stoked for. Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, we passed a new one. Nah, nothing good there. I am not going to do a lot of spinning and or any at all really with you, sorry, until because that's going to take some time to go through. I want to go through at least 1,000,000 of them. I want to see what we can get. I don't know if I want to refine any dragons right now anymore because I'm running low on the dragon crystals. All right. Did the cards, don't need traps. We've done that. We don't need to do any caravans, although I can plunder some. We have already done this. We'll do more of the refining tomorrow. I will try and go acquire more of the refining stones. We took a look at the generals. All right. And we will end today checking out Queen Tamar and where we want to go with her, because I did a sort of tail of the tape again with Queen Tamar and Queen Boudica. All right. It's very, very rough draft and honestly not well done. But Boudica is awakened. Okay. Let's see here. 2 hours, 36 minutes, let's say. Queen Tamar. Boudica is awakened, and this is what she has as far as her total buffs go, including specialties and such. 112% attack for her mounted troops. I'm not taking into account skill books here. This is just specialties and ascension skills. Okay, 112% for mounted troop attack in city, 100% defense, and 166% HP. Pretty good. We want our defense and HP to be high for our mounted troop defense. Attack is awesome, okay? But HP and defense is going to be the biggest benefit for our mounted troop defense, okay? Ground and mounted, we want high defense, high HP, and ranged and siege, we're going to want more attack, strength, and stuff there too. We won't go into that, but I did some calculations as far as what Tamar is going to be at 8 stars, okay? I did 8 stars. Why? Because I have her enough fragments to get her to 6 on her own, and then 30 more into the next 60, okay, which would take this down to 223 to get her to 7 stars. And then I would need 90 to get to 8 stars. So I would be using 120 of these, which would leave me at 123 of these fragments left. I would be able to get her to 9 stars with 120 more, but then I would need 150 more eventually to get her awakened. Her at 8 stars, what is she going to be, what is she going to be representing, bringing to the table, as opposed to what Boudica has at her awaken? Well, Queen Tamar has covenant buffs. Okay, I've already opened them up because there are some unconditional ones. So the Subordinate City training speed, 10%. That is very helpful. All right, an in-city range troop and siege machine HP. We like that. We want all of our in-city action higher. And even if she's not on the wall, you're getting those buffs. But significant amount of extra buffage all around when it comes to her covenant buffs. Okay, we take into account her skill, ground troops and mounted troops defense and HP 15, but all troops, range, siege, everything in cities 10%. Compared to Boudica's, which is just mounted focus, which is fine. Ground troops and mounted troops HP 15, no defense, no defensive buff there, like Tamar has, okay? And then 30% mounted troop attack, which is quite high, but only to mounted. So the 20% trade-off of all troops as opposed to just mounted, I don't know. Is it worth it? I don't know. I wanted to look at the totals and see. Now, one thing that I don't quite know, and I'm not familiar enough with, and I don't want to do the math on it, but since we are a T1 defense, okay, the one unique feature that Tamar has is a flat buff. Her at 8 stars is going to give us 86%, okay, which is 14 plus 12 is 26% less as far as the percentage mounted troop attack buff. 26, right? 14 plus 12, 24, 26. But she will have at 8 stars a 500 flat mounted buff. Here at 6 stars, she gets a mounted in-city mounted troop attack plus 200. It's only general so far with flat buffs. That's what's unique. That's what was kind of advertised about her when there was a announcement made. That's at star 1. At star 8, red star 3, total stars 8, you get another 300. So 8 stars would be a total of 500 flat buff. And I've already talked about the other percentage. Awakening her eventually will be 800. That is pretty good when you consider the attack flat buffs being on the high end. And what range are we looking? Here on this equipment, the Apollo Axe, we're looking at a total of 1,096. So 800 is pretty dang high as far as flat buff, and that's not even on equipment. Okay, these are good attack buffs. Where are you? Come back here. There you are. All right, 200, 500, 800, plus all the percentages. I don't know if that 500 flat buff with the 86% makes up for the 24% difference. I would say it probably is more valuable with the T14 or the T1 defense because we want flat buffs. So this percentage is negligible, the 24%, since we're relying on flat buffs more. I would appreciate any feedback in the comments after you like and subscribe, if you get this far in this video. All right, let's take a look at the defense. There are no flat buffs for any of those, but 8 stars plus including all of the what do you call it? Covenant specialties and such. 70% mounted troop defense, 70% as opposed to 100, 30%. That seems to be quite significant. But again, no flat buff percentage on the, or flat buff that we can get through our our equipment anyway. So maybe the percentage buff isn't as important in the grand scheme of things. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how it factors into how it equates to a percentage, you know? And then we look at HP, which is huge as far as the significant decrease, the significant deficit that there is. 166%, while Boudica is awake, and 166% HP compared to 85. 66 plus 15 is 70, I guess 71. 66 plus 15, 5, 70, 66 plus 15, 76, that's 81. 81% lower as far as mana troop HP in city. And I haven't even taken into account the um um let's see here, like the ground troop attack. Okay, there's an all troop attack which Boudica also has, and these max out at what, 30% or 20% or something. So let's see, another 3%. So 3 3 3, that's 6. Then we got 12%. Then we got 18%, and then 12. That says 30% across the board there, as opposed to Boudica's at 46%, no defense, just HP and attack. That's why her HP is so high compared to Tamar's. Okay. I don't know if I want to use so many exclusive ascension fragments to get Tamar up to just 8 stars, potentially 9, when she's going to be so much lower in HP and defense. When she gets awakened, it's a no-brainer to me as far as having her in there instead of Boudica, because I want to save my ascension fragments for Isaac Brock. Those two together plus Chu Yu are going to be an incredible trio that I can change. Okay, you get scouted, they see something, boom, I throw another one in. I'm pretty quick at that. Okay, depending on the situation, because I'm still going to utilize Xiao Yu a lot. Really, really good, and he complements and or makes up for the weaknesses that these two wall generals have. Now, this is another reason why I'm not so sure if I want to take Tamar and use any of the exclusive fragments. Okay, if you look at Xiao Yu and or a lot of the other rare generals, to enhance them, you can't use the exclusive ascension fragments. You have to use ascension fragments. Those are rarer and or impossible to get outside of some VIP packages that you will have access to eventually. I only have 15 of them. Okay? There's really nowhere else to get them outside of maybe All Stars or something. Okay? As a matter of fact, let's take a look again. I think we have done this before. We go into Glory Shop, we go into All Star Shop. Yep, right there. These Ascension Fragments. These are the special Bee's Knees Ascension Fragments. See how they're different looking there with this like really deep golden color, as opposed to let's see here. Clash of Civ. Yeah, come on, there has to be Battlefield. You know what I'm saying? Storm Shop. These. There's no, troop helmet on there. This helmet guy there. It's not there. This is just exclusive Ascension Fragment. So those are the only ways to get them. I'm not an All-Stars. I don't know if you are. Maybe I will be someday. I'm not too worried about it. But the unique thing about Queen Tamar is that she does not require that. She uses the regular exclusive ascension fragments. Thus, that makes me think, excuse me, that we will be able to recruit her normally outside of some special event like this Alliance Carnival. This is the only way to get her at first, via the Sword of Justice and the rare golden helmets. Here, okay? This is the only way. But since she isn't so unique and so expensive, like a Xiao Yu, who requires these other ascension fragments, and Caesar does too, I am led to believe that soon or sometime we will be able to recruit her like we would any other epic historic premium general tickets, please. You know what I'm saying? So that finally takes me to this conclusion and or terminus where um thank you for the gift. I think I got it right. Where I don't want to use any fragments for her at all because it would take me more than to do that with Isaac Brock, as I might be able to recruit her some other way. I'll use her eventually, and she's going to be amazing. I might even be able to use her, and have fun with her at 6 stars. I don't know, on battlefields or whatever, definitely. But I'm gonna have to wait and be patient on her for her to replace Boudica completely. Uh, yeah, because I want to recruit her the regular way and not use so many ascension fragments. I want to save those for a rainy day, for when I really need it, for when it really matters, for when I'm really hurting for a Wharton of ascension fragments and or general fragments. Um, I don't think she is going to be powerful enough at 8 stars, let alone 6, to take the place of Boudica yet. But I cannot wait to replace her because we can do better. We can, and we will. We have the technology. My goodness, that is about it. That's what I wanted to go through. One last look here because we didn't really talk about it. Here's Radiantwyrm. Can't wait to get the Radiantwyrm Squirm up to level 10 to unlock this fame quest right here. This fame quest is in leadership. Okay. Doop 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 boop beep. Come on, where are you? Where are you? Cultivation refine. No, I didn't. Is it in here? And I was all ready to smoothly go into that and be like, check it out. Not in leadership, but domination. Nope, not that one either. It's got to be a prosperity. I'll be goddamn. All right. Dragons guarding? No, no. Come on. There is one where it's have 6 dragons at 1,000,000 power. 1,000,000 power. Where is it? Gall darn to heck. Lucilla, Gladiator's Crown, Colosseum, Zodiac, Nefertiti. What? Domination, prosperity, it's not smite. Dragon's Guard, it's got to be here. There is one that is, it's not smite, can't be. There we go. Sacred Dragon. 6 dragons, power reaches 1,000,000. Once you get that Sacred Dragon, you get some of those, you will not unlock, you will actually unlock, not this one, because that's Jawser. You will unlock a uh, a mythical. A mythical. All right. Let's go to castle decoration. Whoop. Skadoosh. Decorate a mythical. A dragon mythical, my friends. Where you will see this on at least, no, not 6. Well, that's 6 level 15s. Okay, it's just gonna be a fame quest. But when I get Radiantwyrm up to level 15, damn it, I'll unlock this domain of supremacy, which I have to use to activate all troops attack, defense, and HP. I probably will never use it because my sacred domain, all right, here, a ground debuff and my huge ground HP debuff and mounted troop attack, defense, and HP, which is good for my defense more so than all troops. But I will have this cool used to activate all troops attack and all troops HP. Finally, own a 6. I'm a stinker. I'm a silly goose. I thought it was having 6 at a million. That is just specifically um, the Fame Quest. I'll need to get Radiantwyrm to 15 because 18 there, 18 there, 16 there, and then 17 for Norway Ridge, 17 and 15 for Dragon of Thieves. Man, Dragon of Thieves is taking a long time to level up, I tell you what. Anywho, that'll do it. Post Mother's Day 2026. We have done it. You have made it through. Survive today, survive tomorrow. Emirs will be here soon. Server War is going to be here this weekend. I hope you stay bubbled and or experience great wealth and prosperity. My goodness, we got some packages going. We're going to just end the screen here. The goodbye on who we were talking about. Our lovely Mother's Day wonderful new general. Oh, this is going to be a fun one. Questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, anything, please in the comments. I know I asked some questions there. Let me know what you think, what you did, how this last event went. This will get posted eventually. It takes a little while. I don't even know what I'm going to do about chapters because this is just kind of a mind dump, um, connecting on everything that's been going on. And boy, have I rambled. Maybe I'll just put chapters here, rambling, and then I talked about this. I don't know. It's been 3 hours, 2 hours, 55 minutes. Um, and we're going to say goodbye like we normally do. I When I press stop recording here, does it do it automatically? Or is there another button to press? It's been so long, I don't remember. We're gonna try, and I might have to double up on the I love you, peace.